What's up, Flex Gang? How are y'all doing today? Let's get it. Having a little intro video right here just to give y'all some updates. What's going on, what content's coming out in the next week, couple weeks. And also to give y'all a warning, verbal warning. Again, on this episode, we talk about controversial topics, and me and my friends say some stuff that could be considered offensive, so adhere to that warning if you are easily offended. Also, got another montage coming out. It's going to be a throwback one. Probably posted probably this Thursday coming up when this comes out. Throwback game. Old clips I had that I never uploaded. So I'm going to put that into a montage. Hopefully that'll be dope. We got 30 views on the first part of the episode 1, y'all. That is amazing. I just want to thank y'all for that. Also, I'm banned on TikTok now. I have absolutely no idea why. I apparently just did not follow the rules of their terms of service somehow. So I'll have to make another account and see how that goes. So the dancing videos that I promised the Gunner and Blanks, sorry, but those will be postponed for a little bit longer. Don't worry though, those will be up soon. Just gotta get a little bit of a better camera, and I almost got the choreographies ready, so be out soon. All right, get into the episode. My friend, my hard rock metal boy, drummer boy, now vocalist. He is coming up. He just released his demo, and I'm here to introduce you to him and to the episode. Let's get into it.
Happy New Year!
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Hey guys, welcome back. Oh my god.
This is perfect.
This is great. I might even put this in the intro. Alright.
Please.
Hey guys, welcome to the FLEXCAST Podcast.
With your boy.
Doubt it.
I'm here. I'm not queer. I got a golden knife. I'll stab
That's just a little
myself.
weird.
Okay. As
Just
y'all
trying
can
to be
see right
edgy.
there, this man is energized. He is ready. He is ready for this interview.
Yeah.
Explains a lot about his music. You know, congratulations on the EP, man.
Well,
3 songs, bro, but they're fire.
it's a demo, and we call it a demo because it's like half baked. Like it's very just, this is what I've been working on for the past X months. Voila. It doesn't sound awesome, but it sounds okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people who are metalheads or people that are beat makers, I feel like would really appreciate the music, like the instrumentals and everything, because I thought the instrumentals were pretty great on this for how limited resources y'all have.
Yeah, we didn't I wrote all the instrumentals, but I didn't play the guitar, which is what a lot of people are like, well, then you didn't write the guitar parts. What I did for an hour with Sean was just go, I want it to sound like this. While everyone laughs at me. And that's pretty much how it worked for the past few days, because guitars took the longest.
Speaking of Blanks, I just had him on here, and he was telling me that he did the production on your EP.
Yeah.
Is that him in the first track, Manipulate? Is that you talking?
That's me talking.
Oh, okay.
And even my own dad was like, that's not you. And I was like, yeah, it is. It's me. I'm just sounding creepy and weird. That was the whole vibe I wanted to give off, because the Manipulate is a heavy topic. So I wanted to be weird and scary.
Weird and edgy.
Yeah, weird and edgy, man.
Yeah, my guy. Oh boy.
We sound stoned, but we're not.
I swear, guys, we are not.
Yeah, we're not. We haven't hit anything, and we haven't.
Oh my god. Alright.
Now people think we did.
Yeah, for real. Oh boy.
Whatever, it's their loss.
Whatever, bro. But, so did all the like screaming and all that.
Did all the vocals. Every vocal line you hear is that's me.
Interesting. Did you ask Sean to put any effects on your voice or?
Yeah, we did. We have very small effects because my voice is already kind of raspy. But the way that he used the distortion on it, we put like very medium amounts. We had like basically the way it worked for Sean was you could have very little, medium, or tons. And I was just like, let's just hit for that medium. Came out really, really good. Or at least I think so. I really like the vocals on that, except for like one line, and that's it. I think I did pretty good, but like I also don't like myself that much. So sometimes I listen to it and I'm like, wow, you could have been better. But like other people think it's okay. So that's literally how it works. Every time I make something, I'm always like,
Yeah, it was funny. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty hard to hear some of the words, but I feel like I was talking to Blanks and I was telling him that his production style is that like the beat is over the vocals, just like I can tell it's like a smidge, but it's still over there. And so sometimes when he or you would like talk or rap or speak like really fast, it was like kind of hard to hear a little bit.
oh yeah.
So
That's also because, like sometimes my inner South comes out with certain words and I'll like hang on them. So when I say wow, like I say like wow, like I hit that I and L real hard. So like my pronunciation really isn't the best. It kind of sucks to be honest. And then when I do the really low screamies, I'm not saying words. I'm just making noise.
oh boy, it was funny. I was playing one time with my brother in the car.
He was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, and he was, I think it's Manipulate. I think it's the first song. It's the one where you're like, oh, and like you're going really fast. It's like you're going really into it. And it sounds like a T-Rex or some crap scream.
Yeah.
It's like, sounds like some monster. It was funny at the party end, he spit. My brother's like, yo, dude, it just sounded like this man was sucking on a chew.
Just the biggest, just slimiest, mediocre chode there's ever been. Just going down on that sucker.
Dude, he thought you were doing the grapefruit technique, my guy. Especially when you added that spit part of that.
That spit part wasn't even supposed to be in there. But we did like, maybe counted 8 or 9 vocal takes of the same stuff. And he just went with that one. I left it all up to Sean. Shout out Blanks, did a great job on that. So there's like words where I say the F-bomb, and in like every other track I didn't say the F-bomb, and sometimes it surprises me because I'll just be like nowhere, and I'll just be like, oh, okay. I was like, I don't really talk like that all the time.
Yeah.
Sus.
It's very interesting because Sean, I feel like we talked about off air, between you and him, it's like he says like whatever, and it does not matter if it's a cuss word or not, because I've heard him said so many like stuff in his song.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, and hearing yours, it was just kind of hard.
When you're making stuff, you don't want to be censored by yourself either. There were lines that I tried to censor, and Sean was like, yo, you should say it. Because there was some controversial stuff in Manipulate. Like, there's a line in there that's like, how I've waited for this moment to connect your mouth to the street. That implies curb stomping, which is like racist. And I didn't know that. Because that's what like Nazis used to do to like Jews and black people. Like, that's ridiculous. I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I just wrote it, and then I was like, so I changed the lyrics, and he was like, quit being a puss and just say it. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, it's a completely different situation. That has nothing to do with race. But yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah, from what I'm looking at, and like from what I heard, it sounds like you're talking about a relationship or somebody that betrayed you or backstabbed you. It sounds like
Manipulate. Yeah, it's in the title. You know, Manipulate.
I mean, yeah, it's in the title, but it's just a specific situation. It sounds like.
Well, it's all a bad dream. It's all like I had a nightmare, like a night terror, which is very rare for me because I'm normally chill. Mm-hmm. And I had this very vivid dream of one of my closer friends, remain nameless because it's about to say, got their face beaten in by their significant other to the point to where like bone was showing. And then like in my dream, I had gotten a call from that person. I was driving over there like going 120, and I was walking up, like it would happen in like flashes, like PTSD flashes. And then I'm trying to remember because it was like I tried to bury it deep beneath my brain because it was horrible. I was like walking up the stairway to that person's house with a gun, and I was gonna shoot the dude that was beating on them. And it was like every now and then I still see like the face of the person I'm at, like the person that's in the dream who got their face beaten in. Dude, it's so like if I could draw it, if I was good at drawing, you'd be like, wow. We don't need to see this.
Dude, this sounds like a Bruce Willis movie.
It could be a Bruce Willis movie. Yeah, it could be Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Or like, I could just be like, I'm here to save you from someone who's beating you. But I don't have evidence against the person, so I'm not going to make a move. It's real stuff.
Wow. That's...
But it's all up in those lyrics. If you want to go buy them and like digest them and intersect them or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever words mean.
Whatever. Yeah, it's funny I hear you talking about like digging deeper into your soul, so I'm assuming that's what you're talking about when you're saying it was kind of like a PTSD flashback and a dream.
Yeah, like when I was saying digging deeper and deeper, I meant like, well, yeah, like digging deeper into my soul, like trying to figure out what am I going to do with this information. Like, because that whole song revolves around me being the executioner and the judge and the jury. I don't like putting myself in scenarios like that, where I get to decide what happens in a major scale, which is like when you're playing with life in the song. That's what it really is. You're playing with someone's life. Yeah.
I'm not expecting that about me to have this song. I knew like when I first heard it, I was like, I knew this is like there's something deep about this song, and like I said, I kept listening to it. I was trying to get what the theory was behind it. And yeah, that's crazy, especially, yeah, that's, I don't even know what I would do in that situation. It's ridiculous. But.
Well, it's in there what I was going to do.
Yeah.
I loved I loved writing that, even though I hated what happened in my head. I loved writing it because I was like, whoa, something cool I can write, you know? Like, wow, something that, like, I actually like.
Yeah. It's funny, like, because it kind of sounds like the stuff that rappers rap about now, and like different like genres, like Juice WRLD would rap about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Juice WRLD would rap about like relationships. R.I.P. Juice.
Yep, R.I.P. Juice.
He OD'd, right? Sorry,
yeah, he overdosed. Yeah, well,
he had a seizure.
There's a whole controversy behind that because he got off a plane and the police were checking him, and they say that he swallowed all the perks that he had.
Silent dance party, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Do you yeah, it's crazy when people do that. I'm just thinking, it's crazy. Like, it was funny because me and Blanks were talking about the same thing about people dying, and he was talking about he was referencing like when grunge rock was first starting and like how they OD'd and all the other stuff.
Yeah, grunge is just like all about let's just get high and make good like heavier music. That's not even that heavy.
Yeah.
That's basically all grunge is. It's stoner, but got a little bit of testicle to it.
Oh, yeah. Do you think it's funny that back then, like when original like rock, like, you know, Guns&Roses and all that other stuff was considered metal rock, and now you look back at it and you're like, geez, this is nothing compared to now.
Well, I still call those like metal and stuff because like, well, not necessarily Guns&Roses, but more like Motley Crue and the second Skid Row album. I call that. I love Skid Row.
Oh, yeah.
The second Skid Row album is totally metal. Like, I don't care what anyone has to say about it. The first one, not so much. The second one, definitely. I love that old, like, 80s, 90s era of just music. And I grew up hating it. So now I like it. It's weird. But, dude, I could, like, jam out to Motley Crue any day. Like, the Dr. Feelgood album.
Oh! Yeah, dude.
That's my stuff.
I work out to that stuff, dude.
Here we go, Dr. Feelgood. Yes.
Oh, yeah, that kickstart my heart, dude. Oh, dude, that...
It's such an overplayed song, but when it's like, when you actually go and listen to it, you're like, okay, this is good.
Yeah.
Like, but when you hear it on the radio, you're like, kickstart my heart for the 400th time today. It's all they play.
Yeah, true.
Same 3 Motley Crue songs and I Remember You by Skid Row and Guns&Roses.
Yeah, it's so like speaking of them, like what do you think about like a lot of these rock bands getting like documentaries or movies made about them?
Oh, dude, it's totally sick. Like the Dirt doc. Ooh, I fell in
I haven't
love.
watched that one yet, but I heard it's really good.
It's so good. And like I'm like a heavy like movie critic kind of. Like a lot of movies I don't like, but dude, The Dirt was so good. It was ridiculous. I just fell in love with it. They have Machine Gun Kelly as Tommy Lee. First off, that's awesome. Machine Gun Kelly, I don't care what anybody says. He's pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of a douche, but that's perfect.
Yeah, for that character, yeah.
And like they did the whole story about Nikki Sixx ODing on heroin like 7 or 8 times and him dying. I thought they just did it really good. So yeah, The Dirt was sick, and I didn't really watch too many other documentaries because I'm not a huge fan of them.
Yeah.
But I did watch the Dream Theater documentary, which was cool. But that's because I'm a nerd.
What's that one about?
It was about like finding their new drummer, and they had all these interviews and stuff, and I was just like, all right, cool. It's really nothing special. Oh, they did the Journey documentary too.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, when they were trying to get the new singer, they just did it as a whole documentary about like what the band's about and all these songs. It was really cool. I don't even like Journey.
Yeah, the only one I've watched so far is Bohemian Rhapsody. The one about obviously.
I didn't get to see that one. It looked good.
It's good, and like honestly, most of it's really great. And the guy, I can't think of the actor's name right now. He does a great job portraying Freddie Mercury.
Because he looks just like him.
Yeah, he literally looks like him, and like his. I don't know if they dubbed his voice or if he actually sings. I think last time I checked, he actually. I think they said he sang a little bit, but they did like dub some of the parts where he goes really high. I think.
Yeah, like in Bohemian Rhapsody. Like
yeah, that and
no one can get really near that clean and have it full sounding.
I know they played. I think they played in the movie We Are the Champ. They played all the big songs, obviously, and they showed how those songs were made and stuff, and it's pretty interesting. Like the creation behind a lot of the songs. The only thing I thought is like, I mean, and I know this is like a lot about documentaries, but they show like a lot of the behind like scene stuff that was happening like with his relationships and his girlfriend.
Which is like the things that I love about documentaries, because it's like it's not always about. Well, like Queen was the greatest rock band of all time, and they did all this stuff, and they played this many tours. Like, okay, everyone knows that. Mm-hmm. But like, was he addicted to drugs and having sex all the time? Like, that's what I kind of want to know.
Yeah.
Did he have fistfights with his dad? Like.
Yeah, it was interesting and seeing all that, but I feel like sometimes like, and maybe it's just me personally, like I like to see more about the creation of the songs.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just I just like a lot of it is spent about him like being like bisexual and stuff. And
yeah.
Stuff.
Wait, he was bi? I thought he was just gay.
Well, he did have a girlfriend, and then he was gay.
Yeah.
And there was some weird stuff where he was.
Yeah, and then he died of AIDS.
Yeah, it was Yeah, and they also focused. They put like a stupid part. Or I didn't think it was stupid, but it was just like they put like this lady like trying to ask him like if he was gay or whatever, and then all of a sudden all the other reporters starting asking him, and I was like, I hate like I mean,
imagine just like. Yo, I'm gay, and everybody has to ask you the same question of, so like, do you like the penis? Like, it's like, why are you asking me the question in 3 different ways when I answered it the first time?
I know, it's just like, it makes no sense. Like,
are you homosexual though?
Yeah, and then it was interesting because I didn't know Freddie Mercury eventually like left and then made he was trying to make his own stuff.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, in the documentary they show him trying to make his own stuff, and like he eventually like he was getting like
traction.
Well, he was trying to make stuff like he was at first, and then eventually like it shows like down because like he's having a hard time writing, and then the dude that his manager is trying to take advantage of him and stuff like that, and then eventually he gets back with his band, and like they play for I think a few more years before he dies. I think.
What's that song? It's called Forever, right? Where that's like it's about him dying of AIDS, and he's talking to his like lover. Breaking Benjamin did a sick cover of it. It was cool.
Yeah. It was. Speaking of covers and going back to bands, it was funny the other day. My dad he was listening to the radio and he said he heard the cover of Sound of Silence by Disturbed.
Yeah.
And
Everyone loves that cover. Everyone and their
yeah.
mom just adores that cover. I mean, it's a pretty good cover.
Yeah. But he was like, "Yo, this is a really good band." I was like,
This is wah. Where you been?
Yeah, I know. And my dad, it's weird because my dad's not even really that big of a metal rock fan. He's more, like I said, he's more of like Guns and Roses and like
Yeah.
other type of bands.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
I learned to be more tolerant.
People that don't like your style.
Yeah, like, I don't expect anyone to listen to my music. I don't expect anyone to really like it. I just kind of made it for myself.
Interesting, yeah. So, like, since, even though we're here together, there's still a pandemic going on, guys. Please be safe.
You know what? F-U-C-K this pandemic. I'm trying to play shows. I'm trying to go to shows. You realize that, like, I just want to punch another person so bad in a pit right now? Like, I was in Mosh retirement. I'm like 18. Why am I in Mosh retirement? And now that I want to come out of it, the whole world's shut down. And it pisses me off because now I can't go take like a chick out to eat.
Yeah.
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 It's ridiculous. Fuck coronavirus.
Yeah, I can't wait to get back out there and tour and all.
Well, it's not even touring. It's just more about playing shows every opportunity, dude. There's so many venues out there within like a 1.5 mile like radius. Like I would totally go and play those shows. I don't care if no one shows up. I'll play to an empty crowd.
But yeah, when you made this, like, did this also? But even though this pandemic sucks for show wise, did this help you like creatively, like wise with this demo?
Oh yeah, I would say that it gives me something to top. Like Manipulate was by far it's my favorite, but it's not like my favorite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's definitely the one that I want people to listen to the most because it's got a message that isn't solely about myself. Mm-hmm. It's about what happens to other people and like trying to internalize that and all that other stuff I talked about like a minute ago. Yeah. And I think really this demo just allowed me to be like, so here are the good ideas and here's the bad ideas. If it doesn't meet up to what you already have, then you probably shouldn't put it out. So I've gotten about 7 or 8 songs written, and I reckon the demo, which is 3, about 2 of those are probably going to make it. And I hate to say that, but some of my work is just trash. Some of my work, I'm just like, what is this?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's par for course because, I mean, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You can't always be like, oh, I got the best equipment, and
yeah,
you can try as much as you can, and like, but still, you're always gonna be like, until you make it, or until there's you see like something coming back, some profit you're making, or something you're taking away from each time. Well, even then, you're still learning from your failures or your songs that you don't really like that much.
Yeah, which is hard for me to do personally because I beat myself up just like behind closed doors. I'm pretty chill up front, but as soon like even when we put out the demo, there was that little bit of shakiness. I was just like, is it even any good? Like, does anyone care? And I was like, I just had to reassure myself, no one cares, and that's fine. Like, if no one listens to it, you made it for yourself, and that's what mattered. And next, you best believe, next EP or next album, one of the two, we're getting it professionally recorded. I'm gonna get a job soon that I'll be making like it's a career job. It's not like it's work at Starbucks. It's like go outside, make $50,000 a year job.
Nice.
Yeah, noise right here. Oh,
nice.
It's I've been trying to get a hold of that, and it's first thing that's going on is I'm gonna get the budget for a professionally mixed EP because I've been on other EPs. I've been on one by a band called Clover Girl, and I did the drums on that. I didn't get any credit because I didn't ask for it. I'm not salty about it, but I'm a little salty. So I'm gonna go back to that guy and record all the new songs, and hopefully it'll sound good. It'll cost $1,000.
Yeah, I was wondering how much, like, because I know, like, a lot of people say, like, when they're coming up or, like, after they've blown up, they're like, oh, yeah, this was how much for, I had to pay for each hour of studio time. I had to pre-write everything.
Yeah.
And, like, know how the rhythm was going to be, like, playing the instruments and
Well,
stuff.
honestly, to me, if you go into a studio empty-handed, dude, like,
Yeah.
why would you even show up empty-handed? The way we did this demo was I wrote every single thing. I knew exactly how I wanted the sound. We rehearsed it once after we had recorded the drum tracks because I already knew them inside and out. I know the songs inside and out. And then I was just like, here, have a field day with this music while I'm here with you. If I like it and like this is what I want, but you can like add on to it. That's what I did with Sean. I was just like, here's the drum tracks, here's what I want you to do, but you can do other stuff instead because you are playing the instrument, you know. And that's the way I think the studio will go down too. I think we'll just be more rehearsed and I'll lay down the drum tracks, probably lay down the vocals, and then do the guitars and just master that living hell of those guitars because they take the longest.
Yeah, I really thought like the guitars were probably like the best part. I like the song mostly Elm Street.
Yeah.
Elm Street I think is my favorite because the guitar, or I can't tell if it's a guitar or a kick, or it's like like in the background.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like got that I can't think of I can't describe the feel, but it's kind of like a old retro kind of like metal, like they have those in the background all the time. It's just, or it sounds like a Doom soundtrack. That's what it sounds like to me. That song really sounds like a Doom soundtrack where you're just like killing people like in the background of that song. Like,
yeah, that's sick.
Like, but no, like if you play the Doom game, it's like the soundtracks are like that. It's
yeah,
just
they're like I've heard them. They're
bam,
cool.
Bam. Yeah, like Mike Gordon, dude, is oh my god.
Yeah, I know what riff you're talking about in Elm Street. I like Elm Street a lot. We did have a problem with the vocals on Elm Street. Sean was like going through some stuff, and while he was making the vocals, and he just couldn't line them up right. So they're kind of early, and that's not his fault really. He was just going through some stuff, and I wasn't mad about it. I was just like, it's a demo. But like you can hear it on there. My vocals are like early, but they kind of evened out. I can listen to it and be like, okay. Elm Street's a cool song.
Yeah. Is there a particular reason you named it Elm Street? Like, is there a reference to like Nightmare on Elm Street?
It's 100% a direct copy of Nightmare on Elm Street. That's the whole reason I named it that. Because half the freaking demo is about bad dreams.
So it goes with the theme of
it goes with
bad dreams and like about mentally challenging events.
Yeah, this one was really out of my control though. If you read those lyrics, I had a sleep paralysis episode, which dude, I do. Look at me. At all.
I've heard that's like some of the worst, like,
dude, it's demonic. It's like you believe in God.
I believe in higher being. I
Okay,
believe there is a higher being.
Well,
like,
if there's a higher being,
God or aliens or whatever.
Aliens. All right. So like, think about a demon alien that comes into your room and just scares the shit out of you, like, and you can't move. That's the whole reason it freaked me out. It's like the whole paralysis episode was just like this girl came into my room. She had no face, so it was just blank, which is horrifying. Imagine like a person with no nose. You ever seen those?
Oh yeah.
They're scary. Now just imagine no face. Like it's just the worst.
It's like one of those stickman people, just no face.
No face, and she climbed on my body because I was sleeping sideways. She got into my ear and like went. It made like bone crunching noises.
Oh, so that's why you have that one part of the song where it. I can't do the sound effect that well, y'all. But
sure, yeah. I mean, yeah, you draw to that conclusion. So yeah, that's what it.
I mean,
that's
I'm
why
just
it was in
saying
there.
because I think I remember hearing that like sound effect in the song. Correct me if I'm wrong. But,
Elm Street's got the. Are you talking about the beginning sample?
Yeah, I think that the beginning sample. Yeah.
The beginning sample is from a movie called The Lost Boys. It's my favorite movie.
Oh, okay.
It's an 80s horror film about vampires.
Oh.
It's kind of gay sounding, but it's an awesome movie. And the beginning is like they're walking on this train way, like the train tracks. Mm-hmm. And they're like, "Come with us, Michael," and they jump off into like this pit of nothing. Dude, you gotta see it. It's cool.
I was wondering because I couldn't tell if that was like from a later Nightmare on Elm Street movie, because like I've watched the remake, and apparently that's like the same. Apparently there's scene for scene. Apparently the remake is, but like worse acting and like worse.
Nah, that sucks.
Yeah, no, I've never watched the original because Freddy Krueger scares me. His just appearance just scares me.
You don't like his whole moldy, deformed,
no,
stretched out, scaly kind of weird dude face.
No, and Mortal Kombat didn't help with that either when they made him a character. I was like, no.
Oh, dude, I'll fire you up on some MK, dude.
Oh my god. Is that one of your favorite games?
Well, I've been playing MK since I was like 5. We had Mortal Kombat 4, and I was just like, I remember every day coming home after school and be like, yes, Mortal Kombat 4, learning all the fatalities. I could never do them, but I tried to. Yeah, that was one of my favorite things to do, actually, was play Mortal Kombat 4. My dad would come in and play with me, and he'd smoke me, and then eventually I started beating him, and that was the coolest feeling ever. And then it got old. But I still play MK.
Yeah, the new one seems really good, especially with the characters they just released. I guess they released some older characters that were in older games or something like that.
Yeah, they got Arnold Schwarzenegger on there.
Oh,
dude.
yeah, RoboCop.
They got RoboCop, and they got
I think they got like the Wing Gods.
Yeah,
Fujin,
they got Fujin on there.
Fujin, yeah.
And they got Shang Tsung on there, and they got
Shang-Tsung.
all these other names that are harder to pronounce.
They got the female version of Goro. I can't remember her name.
Why do they have just the female version? Because that's not like, oh, I don't like females. That's me, because like I grew up in Mortal Kombat 4, where you could unlock Goro, and like he was a beast. So like I always wanted to be like playing him. Yeah. I never got that opportunity.
I feel like they probably do that so like they don't just feel like it's FIFA where they just keep porting over the same
characters
roster,
over and over,
but like adding the new players or whatever. So I feel like that's probably the reason why, and I kind of see like why, and or like maybe they use them so much they feel like this character can probably be like,
yeah, this character can go away.
Yeah.
Like who? Yeah, they got rid of Reptile.
Oh yeah, they got
Reptile is cool. He's awesome, but my main character is Johnny Cage.
Oh yeah, he's great. Whoever voice acts him is like,
it's game over, man.
Game. Oh boy.
Yeah, I could smoke somebody with Johnny Cage easy.
Yeah, I wasn't like a super huge, but I had a friend who like he remembered all the fatalities, all the moves. I was like, bro,
that's hard to do.
I was like, bro, how do you know all this?
Sometimes you just gotta hit the pause button and look, man.
Yeah, I had to do that because when I went against, I'm like, all right, I gotta know some combos. I'm like, okay, X, Y, A. All right.
The combos are easy once you start doing them over and over, but then you gotta like no life the entire game. You just gotta sit there and eat Cheetos all day and drink Gatorade and make sure you don't die while you're playing this game.
Yeah, because it's hard, like, when you're just going over for, like, a hangout or whatever, and, like, you don't know, like, barely any of the moves, it's like, nah.
And then they just keep on smoking you.
Yeah, that's why I try to play with my friends who didn't play that much either, because, like, since I actually play video games and some of them didn't, I was like, alright, I got you, I'm gonna beat y'all.
I keep on smoking all my friends at MK.
Well, I bet you could probably smoke me, because I literally don't know most of the moves, like, of any Mortal Kombat name, except for Injustice, because I actually have Injustice.
I used to play Injustice on my phone. You can yell at me that it sucks. Injustice on your phone, it's garbage. But I liked that game a lot.
Yeah, I remember when that first came out, a lot of people at school were playing that, like, during class and
But like on your phone, you can't do any of the combos. You can't do any of the cool moves. You can only do like your special moves and stuff, which like sucks.
I don't get how that works because like the controls, they seem pretty janky and like it didn't seem like you could really do a lot. Like
you can't. You can't. That's why it sucks.
It just seemed like you spammed like the attack button.
Exactly. You spam the attack button over and over and over again. See how fast you can do
Seemed
it.
like it was just a quick time event every game.
Exactly. You just be like, yeah, I'm the Joker. Die.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Fun times.
You know, speaking of video games, since we're on this topic, how do you think the new console looks?
The PS5 and dude, I keep on seeing memes about like my mom thinks this is a book or something like. And I just think it's funny. Like, but why? Why?
The toaster and the micro refrigerator.
First off, the Nintendo Switch is like the best console out right now.
Really?
Because you can take it anywhere.
Sure.
And it has a long charge, so you can play like a heavy duty game for 5 hours without having to charge it. I have a Nintendo Switch. I love it. It's just cool. And it's also like it got those Japanese like little hand things. That's the one part I don't like about it, because like I got big boy hands.
Yeah, this man.
So I just crush the controller every time I play. But I get over it and figure it out.
Yeah.
Corona.
I just always been, my first console was a PlayStation 2, and ever since that, just been like a normie, like I was PlayStation 2, and then the 360 came out, and like that had Halo, and like
Yeah.
my dad got me on the Halo because he got me the original like PC like
Halo's
Halo
sick.
Combat Evolved, dude. Oh my! I played I downloaded this somebody modded the game where like they gave it they added new weapons and new vehicles and new enemy types, and they also changed like some of the enemy types like that have their strengths and weaknesses, and dude, it's so good. Like, shout out to those people.
Yeah, shout out to the modders out there.
Oh, I remember SPV3. Those people, awesome design. Like, great work on that mod, dude.
It ain't nothing compared to the mods in Skyrim, bro.
Oh, dude.
Bro, the sex mod. Big titty goth girlfriend mod.
Oh my gosh, I watched this one guy, MXR mods, dude, and his thumbnails are always just like of like those sexy mods or whatever, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just yeah.
They're funny.
Oh my god, yeah. But dude, I really do. I honestly really want to upgrade I want to get another PC
To the
or
sex
whatever,
mod?
dude. No, no. But I really want like the mods that make like huge battles and like.
Yes.
Dude, I honestly want those mods, or like they add more forts and stuff, dude. Oh
Yeah. Cause that whole Civil War thing in that game sucks.
Oh yeah, the Civil War
It's
quest
so
line.
trash.
Yeah.
You just fight like every now and then, and in this area that doesn't really make sense why it's there.
Yeah.
You fight for keeps, not for like whole cities where all the people
Except
are involved.
For, Whiterun. Right.
Yeah, Whiterun you fight in the city, which is like cool, but like it doesn't last very long.
I hate it because I ruined a quest line one time.
Yeah.
And, luckily it was a Thieves Guild one.
I know what you're talking about. Oh my god.
You have to get the thing in the preacher dude's house. His house gets burned down after the Whiterun battle.
You know what I did? I just slit that man's throat on my game. First off, if you ever play Skyrim and you don't kill Nazir and Heimskr, or however you say his name, in Whiterun, what are you doing? Like, you have to kill those dudes as soon as you get the game. Because they suck. They just make fun of you and be racist. And Skyrim's like the most racist game there ever has been.
Oh yeah, dude, literally the Nords are like...
The Nords are just like, haha, you're a Khajiit? Haha, furball. It's like,
you're Argonian? You slimy piece of
Lizard.
crap.
Yeah, and they're just like... That's like, man, you can't really say that. They're Argonians.
Yeah, it's funny. Because my character is literally like, I think I've gone through most of the like guilds because I've gone through the I don't have any of the DLC, but most of the base game I've gone.
You don't have the DLC, man?
No, I don't have the DLC because I.
Bro,
got
that's
Xbox.
like half the game.
I know, I really do. That's why I'm saying I need to upgrade my computer and like get Skyrim.
So you don't have like the Hearthfire DLC?
Oh no, I literally don't have anything.
The Hearthfire DLC is like the most cringiest, but like the weirdest thing I've ever done. You build a house, you get a wife, and you have kids. That's it. And my wife gets abducted quite frequently by the same group of bandits. And it's just so funny because I'll watch it happen and then just be like, save me! And I won't save her and I'll just be like, peace out. You sucked at being a wife.
You're the one that should have saved yourself. Come on.
Exactly.
You should have hid with the kids.
That's what I'm saying. Kids are always fine. The game's so weird. They get so weird about stuff.
Yeah, like, what was it? But dude, I really want to do that glitch where you can be a vampire and a werewolf, dude.
I see where you're coming from, but being a vampire is the gayest thing that's ever been on that game.
Oh, be careful with vampire users. You're gay, apparently.
Yeah, you were like, oh, you're homosexual, which is okay, but like you're not
God.
the good way. You know, you're disgusting. Vampires.
You're the Harvey Weinstein.
You're the kind that like I walk with my girl, and we're walking somewhere, and you come up behind my girl and slap her on the butt, and then you're like, I'm gay. You're gonna have to edit this out because I'm doing some hate speech now. People are gonna kill me. I'm gonna get canceled. You might have to just bleep out what I say.
Either that or YouTube will do that.
Yeah, either that or YouTube will just be like, that guy's mean.
Nope.
I hate everybody equally, so shut up. I really do. I just hate everybody.
Oh boy.
No!
Oh boy. But yo, speaking of screams, like, yo, dude. So like, have you always just had this ability to do weird like screams, or did you learn it at? Or?
I had to like. First off, if anyone wants to learn how to scream, don't ever type into YouTube and put in how to scream, because they're gonna lead you down the wrong hole. Alright. What I did was I just practiced over and over to loud music. So I would play like my favorite band, and then I would just scream the lyrics, and I'd try to get that rasp, and eventually your voice cuts out because you can't like the screams and manipulate. As soon as it kicks in, I don't know the lyrics because I'm dumb right now. It was you getting cut, but I felt the sting. That's so loud in the room that Sean's ears were like hearing static the entire time. Like that's how loud it got.
The bass was just your voice.
And that's just because I ripped my vocal cords over and over and over again, and it made this like pocket of static. So every time I get like, all you got static. And then it just sounds weird. But like the cool ones that are like, I had to like sit there and be weird and have to like make weird noises. It's like it started with a whisper, and then I just pushed all the air right here. Dude, you get a headache doing it.
Oh, I can imagine.
You push all the air from your little lungs and you just shove it out your brain, and then it sounds cool. And you put snot in the back of your throat, and you just... And it's not that loud. It's just cool.
Yeah, it's
Other people can do it insanely loud. I don't know how they do that.
No, I still have a video of me trying to do that.
Yeah, because you were gonna be the vocalist in
know.
Choke Chain, bro.
I was thinking about being a vocalist, y'all.
I had to seduct him into my world of metal to get him there.
And then
and then
I babied out, bro.
You babied out, and then we were just like, yeah, we're just not gonna do this. And now here we are. We are.
Hey, but you did it. You were able to get those vocals.
I've been doing vocals for like 2 or 3 years, man. It's just been like, here's the one part where you can actually, this is out, like people can hear it. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Vocally, this album or this like demo, not super great, but it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Got some basis on what you could expect in the future.
Yeah, I'm surprised by the numbers. At least on Spotify, it says you have over 1,000.
No, it says I got under 1,000.
Oh, does it? Okay. Well, I swear on one song it said you had over, but
No
I could be
way.
wrong. I don't know. I checked it just a few like before we started this, and that's what it said.
It probably says under, but
Let
we can check.
Yeah, let me check. I think I screenshotted it. Okay,
My
I got
numbers
screenshots
are
now.
like ridiculously low, which
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
fine with.
Yeah, this is man's first EP, man.
Like, I'm not really all like I came here because it sounded like a good time.
Yeah.
I didn't come here to just hype up my demo the whole time, which is what I'm planning on doing anyway. But like,
Yeah. But it's funny, you know. Earlier you said you wanted people to listen to Manipulate the most, and that is like the highest. Well, and I know this for a fact because SoundCloud says you got 21 plays. So
21, dude, it went up.
Yeah, and then you got 18 on Elm Street. So
you can see who ducks out as soon as Manipulate starts.
Yeah.
At least 3 people were just like, nah.
Yeah. Yeah. Then My Life in Vain has
Got the lowest because it's the last track.
Yeah, it's the last track.
They're like, all right, we're done. 3 minutes, we're over. I mean, the demo itself is like 6 minutes. It's very short. It's the way I wanted it to be.
Yeah. The only thing I have on Elm Street is like you said, maybe the vocals, but also the time wise. But you know, I'm a sucker for that beat, so that's just me.
Sucker for that beat.
I'm a sucker for that beat, bro. Like I said, the guitar riffs in the background.
I know what you're talking about.
It just reminds me of Dune sound.
Well,
like I said, it sounds like a Dune soundtrack.
Elm Street is good, man.
It is. It's good, and I like Manipulate's my second, and then third.
My Life in Vain.
My Life in Vain.
Yeah. Elm Street's, that's the whole sleep paralysis thing.
Yeah.
It also talks about me, like, growing up, being, like, a pastor's kid. Which is it's very short, because I've wrote about this maybe 20 times. I've written, just for everybody to know, I've written, like, 400 songs in my time of being on Earth. And, like, 5 of those I keep. But, like, there's a part in there that's, like, 1,000 eyes stare at me through glass. Dude, like when your dad or like grandma or grandpa's the pastor of a church, everyone expects you to be right in line with the Lord. And you know me, I'm always like,
I was like, wait, like, yo, before I started this, he was like, yo, I'm getting back from church. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I was like, wait a second, this man goes to church.
Yeah, I believe in the Lord.
I was like, dang.
Yeah, it catches a lot of people off because I don't really talk about it.
Yeah, that's funny because it's like...
I'm never like, here's my religion. I'm always just like...
You're not that Bible thumper person, which, hey, you do you, man.
Yeah, you do you, man.
I'm like, hey, as long as you ain't, like, messing with my groove, dude. All Gucci.
But that whole line is about, like...
Yeah.
People just judge you so hard over the littlest thing. I'm talking, like, you say... If I say bad words on here, which I've already done like 400 times, I bet you somebody is going to be like, oh, well, he's obviously a Satanist and he hates himself and he should die. And that's the way it's always been. I'm fine with that because I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
But my parents are always just like, you know what you need to do? You just need to carry yourself in a way that you can be proud of. And I was like, cool.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I feel like, you should just be you, like...
Yeah.
You should just be you, y'all. Like, really, like, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Like, obviously, listen to your parents, please, kids, alright?
If they tell you,
listen
don't smoke, you shouldn't smoke.
Please believe in yourself, y'all. Especially if you're a musician, artist, anything. Believe in yourself. One day you could blow.
Yeah, but you probably won't, so just be ready for that.
Yeah, just be ready for any, chance.
Just play shows.
Have a backup plan. Alright?
Play shows, be happy.
Yeah, have a backup plan, definitely.
I was carrying this today. I thought it looked so cool. In my...
Is that gold? Is that actually, gold? Or...
Well, it's like, it's painted.
It's
like,
painted. Oh, it's okay.
But, like...
It's pretty... It's still
does that look
sick,
cool?
though.
Here, let's show.
Yeah. My man, he's got, I don't know if y'all can see, but...
What if I back up?
Yeah.
They can't see that. They can't see that.
Yeah, they can't see
I have a knife, and it's They can't even see that. They can't even see.
I might just need to hold it up. Hey.
It looks cool. Makes me look fancy.
I'll add a picture later, okay?
Yeah, I'll have a picture of it on my Instagram that no one follows.
Yeah, I'll link. Y'all need to follow my man, after this.
Someone needs to follow him. I see him. He's trying to be an up-and-coming business. What are y'all doing? Pooping on this man's career?
Yeah, man. I only got 28 followers.
I have more followers than him, and I'm a one-person band. I suck. This is a podcast. This is interesting.
Most interesting.
Give this man follows.
I might make this. Oh my gosh, I might make this the sneak peek of the episode.
Please.
Just be like,
Please. Boy. I would love to just be the goofball that everybody can make fun of, please.
Yeah. Oh boy.
All right, let's talk about deep stuff.
Deep stuff, bro. But yeah, so
talk
we got the Elm Street. We got the.
We got to Elm Street. We got to.
Now we gotta talk about my life in vain, bro. So what's in vain, bro?
So what's in vain? My entire life, bro. First off, I spelled vain wrong. I didn't know that.
I didn't even realize that until you just said so.
Vain is supposed to be spelled V-A-I-N. I put V-E-I-N, which means like blood and stuff.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I didn't even.
But you know what? Figuratively, it could have worked.
Yeah.
Dude, my life in vain is basically a cry of just, I am at a low point right now. My life in vain is just more of like, I don't know, ask me questions. Just be like, what's this mean? I'll tell you. Because it's hard to just like talk.
Well, it sounds like, from what we've been talking about, you know, low points in our lives, you know, that you've been talking about.
Yeah.
But is it hard to write songs like this? Like, are you like one of those people after you write it, you're like super depressed? Or is this like in the moment you are depressed and you're just like, I'm going to chug this out?
It's
Finally.
definitely in the moment. It's more like the therapy that I take. Because therapy doesn't work on me. I've went. Doesn't work.
Yeah, I feel like when people say go to therapy, I'm just like...
It doesn't work all the time.
Either people don't want to go, or... I mean, look, y'all, if y'all need therapy...
Just go.
Just go
but
try
like,
it out, okay? But if it doesn't work,
if you know it doesn't work because you have your problem and you know what it is and you're fighting it off, then don't go because obviously you got it, right?
Please, and if that doesn't work...
Then go get therapy. Just go get help.
Yeah, if that doesn't work, then do something productive, okay? Please do not get loathsome and just do something really horrible or
yeah. Write poems.
Yeah.
That's how every song started. Was I wrote the lyrics before anything else. Everything started from writing the lyrics. Like my life in vain is totally a cry out of just like, wow, this sucks right now, and just ask me what the lines mean because there's a lot of different messages in them.
So first line is, I'm one step closer to chasing ghosts like the unwanted children before me, enclosed in a concrete shape of broken memories.
Yeah. So what that means is I'm one step closer to giving in. I'm one step closer to like just saying, you know, screw it.
Giving in into my demons.
Giving into more of just like, I don't feel like having to, you know, exist right now. I just kind of want to waste away and sleep all day and don't do anything like the unwanted children before me. Encased in a concrete shape of broken memories, that means that like my body right now is more of a monument of what it could have been than what it really is. Like it's encased in a concrete shape. It's a statue of, like, it's not the real deal. It's not what actually is happening. It's more of just like, here's my front. That's all you get. It's more of just like a Robert E. Lee statue. You're like, wow, that guy was cool. And then you realize you fought for the Confederate team, was a little racist. Yeah. It's kind of like that, except I'm not racist. I'm more just like, I don't know, got stuff going on. That's exactly that's how it is.
Great analogy.
Robert E. Lee statue. You know they're tearing that down? It's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
That means there's going to be another Robert E. Lee because no one will ever think it happened, you know?
Yeah.
And his name's probably going to be Jeffrey Duff or something dumb.
Yeah, I mean...
Shout out Jeffrey Duff, future Supreme Leader.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, you know, I see like why people would be mad about Confederate statues, but they're going so far and they're destroying other ones. Like they're destroying George Washington statues.
Abraham Lincoln.
I'm like, this is just ridiculous at this point.
I think they're just trying to get rid of history because they're like, their whole like I've studied both sides because that's how I make political decisions on how I feel. I study both sides and the pros and cons. The pros and like the cons of tearing down all these statues greatly outweigh the pros because what do you get from just a broken like pieces of statue? A mess that you have to clean up. That's what you get. Cons? Yeah, that's it. That's your cons. Your pros? I don't really know what you gain. You gain like nothing because you're just figuratively destroying something that happened 300 years before anyone else could have stopped it. It's like when people are mad about slavery now. I'm like, I get it, but like, don't take it out on me. Like, I was born now. I have no control over this situation.
Or like, I don't know, for example, literally half of my family were still in Italy. Slavery was going on.
And they were like, yo, you're white. I hate you. And I'm like, okay, well, like, most of the people that are saying that are white too. So, like, shut up. Like, chill out.
It's like, bro, you know, if I want to, hey, since Italian, bro, we get dark, you know? So,
Italian bros get dark.
Yeah.
Italian bros get dark.
Easily be confused with a Moroccan, you know, because we're right. Oh, apparently that's who we made, like, you know, since we were that close, it was like, and also the Muslims have took over that place, took over Italy.
They're wildin', dude. They were wildin' back then.
Oh, yeah.
They were just taking over kingdoms and stuff.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And took over part of us for a while, and then eventually we fought back, and so that's why we're kind of dark. Also, we're in the Mediterranean, so.
Yeah, Mediterranean sucks, guys.
Yeah, and also a lot of Moroccans also moved.
Yeah, shout out Mediterranean for being a bad place.
Apparently, speaking of that, that diet, like
the Mediterranean diet,
apparently
is that like all fish and like spaghetti?
Yeah, apparently. I don't know about spaghetti, but I just know they said they studied people there, and they said like they lived the longest, that area of people.
Well, I don't know if I want to live longest.
True. Sorry.
I'm cool with just dying at 80, man. I'm cool on my 80th birthday if I just. I'm cool with that.
I mean, hey, you know, if I lived life, you know, and I can like be like that dude who's like 110 and still runs marathons, I'd gladly be happy.
You know his bones are breaking all the time.
True.
You know he holds open a door and he's like, so heavy.
Yeah.
Must participate in chivalry.
Oh boy, we are all over the place.
Yeah, this is what's great about this is that
we can go anywhere and anywhere,
and we could edit it out if we wanted to.
Yeah.
If I were to say something really sus, you could just be like, "All right, we're taking it out."
Take that out. Yeah.
Probably have to take this out.
Yeah, but
People know.
Just back to the statues for a second, man. It's just like crazy because like then it was funny. I saw this meme. It was like they degraded the 54th Regiment that served in the Union Army, and it was like all black people.
Yeah, the 54th African American. Yeah.
Regiment,
I did a project on that.
I remember how to watch a movie about him.
I watched the movie about it.
Morgan Freeman was in the movie.
It was Morgan Freeman. They had Denzel Washington.
Was it Jamie Foxx? No, never.
I think that was all the famous people in it.
Yeah.
Oh no, they had who they have? He was in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. They had Ferris Bueller in there.
Yeah. Because the general that led him. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Famous, yeah.
It was a pretty good movie. I'm not gonna lie. I hate war movies. I really hate war movies. That one was okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a pretty big fan for the most part.
Of war movies?
Yeah.
To each their own, man.
Because like Hacksaw Ridge I thought Hacksaw Ridge, you know, recently 1917 was really good. People
keep on talking about it, and I'm like, I don't want to watch another war movie. Yeah. I'm sticking to 300 and the one about the 54th.
Yeah, but yeah, it's interesting, and like I can't think if there's a war movie coming out anytime soon, actually.
Well, wouldn't it be like too real? You know, if we go to war with China, I might sign up. Have to lose some weight, yeah.
Have to move them jiggly legs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's one part of me that's just like got lots of fat on it. The rest is like a lot of muscle.
True. But I saw this meme. Speaking of that, in real life,
don't be thick.
You know, like all the battle royales, like Fortnite, Warzone.
Yeah.
All that, like it was funny. I saw this one. This dude was comparing them all, and the last one was like Minneapolis. Dude, the graphics are so realistic.
Oh man.
And like people just go at it, my guy.
Yo man, the people are just like crazy up there.
Bro, they got all sorts of weapons, bro. They got the blue machine gun from Fortnite. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah. I was surprised. Because, dude, also, like, recently, like, I found out on TikTok, and dude, TikTok, dude, is savage. Some people are savage on TikTok.
Yeah. I saw one about Hot Girl Summer.
Oh, no.
And it was like a picture of a hot girl, and it was like Hot Girl Summer with a bunch of hearts. And then it was the dude's, like, double chin. And he was just like, all I see are whores. And I was just like, yes.
Wow.
It's so funny.
You know, it's funny, speaking of that, like, the guy who made the Hot Girl Bummer song or whatever, or it was Hot Girl Bummer. He was like, oh, it wasn't to attack Megan Thee Stallion. I'm like, bro, that's really convenient then that you named the song Hot Girl Bummer. Like, okay.
Just for everybody who's, like, watching, like, on YouTube, I'm coming down here to fix my shoe. So all your gay assumptions can leave. And Nick can testify.
Yes,
I'm fixing the tongue of my shoe. Because I care about that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Which is weird, because I hardly care about anything. I did want to make sure that I looked okay, but then I didn't brush my teeth. So
I don't think they can see the white. I don't think they can see the brown the same.
Shoot, you didn't have to come at me.
Okay.
They're yellow.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, fine. Mountain Dew yellow. Okay.
Mountain Dew? Fuck it, I'm just cutting them off.
Oh no. Dude. Oh my gosh.
That would hurt, but I bet I could do it.
Oh boy.
I bet you I could do it. It'd just suck.
Please. I don't want to have to clean up the blood. Please don't.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah. I mean, this carpet's old anyway, so. I'm really worried about my dad's guitars because.
I'm not gonna touch them. I thought about it, but then I was like, I don't know who knows those.
My father's very sensitive about the guitars.
Like his pee.
This man. Oh, now you don't know why I love this man. This man's crazy.
Dude, it smells like paint in here. You can get high.
Well, I almost painted this desk, but
I kind of like it how it is.
Yeah.
Do you get splinters?
No, not yet. I haven't gotten one yet. So.
There's one waiting to happen.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
There's
need
a couple.
to trim my nails too. Got talons. I thought I was gonna be like, oh yeah, dude. I look the best I've looked in about a week. This is it?
Left behind.
Oh, dude, look at the back of this shirt. I got like an Animal Crossing reference on it.
Just tell the customer. I don't get what's that thing? The weird like little.
The raccoon? That's Animal Crossing, dude.
Oh.
That's Tom Nook in Animal Crossing. You uncultured swine!
Yeah, guys. Apparently, I'm uncultured.
Uncultured. Yeah, I just love watching it max out.
I love the volume. The volume levels are just gonna be so crappy.
You're gonna see red at certain
red.
points. That's the way the recording was, all the way. Red the entire time.
Yeah, it's all red. Like right now on YouTube, it's so low right now, dude. We're just energized.
Energy. I
Oh,
could
boy.
metal scream in here, but it hurt.
Yeah, please don't.
There's someone in over there, so like I don't want to.
Well, I think that's actually up there, but yeah.
No way.
I think so, maybe. I could be wrong.
I don't care.
Anyways.
This man's got the
so
box to the chair he's sitting on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at that shop stool. Out of
Let's
here.
go.
I'll clean that up in a minute. Just not
Oh
now.
boy. So like, have you even gone to like? So have you gone to places where you had to wear a mask or like?
Yeah, I went to the bank.
Oh, they make you wear one at the bank now?
Yeah, I got a card. I had to become an adult. It was very difficult for me to be serious in there. Dude, when I put on the mask, I started coughing. I'm so healthy and good and clean, except for my teeth right now, that like, as soon as I put the mask on, I was just breathing in my own hot, sweaty breath. And I was just like, and she just looked at me weird and she was like, don't be coughing in here. And I was like, oh. That's it though. Everywhere else I've just been like, whatever. There's a hot girl at the McDonald's I go to. She works.
Shout out to her. Shout out to the hot
Shout
girl.
out to her, dude. She works at the Bethlehem McDonald's. And let me tell you something. My food slap. And I tried to go and see her again. Sean can attest that the next day I went to go and see if she was working there. She wasn't. But this girl was. She was giving me all kinds of looks. She was giving me that like, wow, you look okay right now. I was like, I do. She was just giving me that look, and I was like, I'm all about this. I'm coming back. But at the time, I was starving because I didn't eat the whole day, which is something I got to be more careful about. This whole quarantine sesh has got me like not eating for days. I'm just like, yeah.
I was the only like when this first started, bro. I was only eating 2 times a day. I'm like,
see, but like, imagine eating 1 time 2 days. It sucks because you don't realize it. You're just like, I've been sitting here, or I've been outside. I've been doing this and this and this, and I just haven't had time to eat, and no one's cooked, so I'm just like, whatever. Most of the time, there's always a meal on the table though. Yeah. Shout out, mom.
Yeah, shout out moms out there that cook, bro.
Yeah, if you're a mom and you don't cook, what are you doing? Does your mom not cook?
Oh, my mom does cook.
There we go.
She's great.
See, I was about to be like, is this personal?
Recently she's been, you know, it was her birthday, so you know.
So like, yeah, she's not gonna cook on her birthday.
For her, my guy.
Are you a good cook?
I would say so.
You would? Oh, you're that confident?
I'm pretty good. You know, I make, you know, us
how your knife
skills?
We make
some spicy pasta.
How's your knife skills, man? I'm not trying to like cut you down at all. My knife skills are trash.
Oh, my knife skills, I gotta work on those a little bit.
Dude, I want to be a cook so bad.
My thing is cutting onions. A little rusty on that. And
onions are like so weird to cut. I know.
It's like you cut the stems and it's like then trying to.
You can keep on cutting them in little thin slices, but then they just fall apart. And then you just throw it in the pan and say, "Screw it!
Oh, screw it! Saute it! Here, green peppers, red." Oh my gosh!
Slaps. Takes your cheeks and just gets them.
Oh boy, yeah. But speaking of parents, you know, did your dad inspire you to do music?
He taught me how to play drums when I asked. Because he's better at it than I am. Even though he thinks I'm great. I'm okay. I'm better than most of the people in the area, I'll say that. Which is what I've been told. I don't like to talk about myself in such a high manner, but like, yeah, I'm pretty.
Yeah, that guy's pretty freaking good.
Yeah, pretty freaking good. You're gonna have to go in here and bleep out some of my words. That's gonna be a pain. It's your thing though.
Oh yeah, I know. It's my thing, yo. I'm gonna love. This is gonna be an editing nightmare.
Yeah, and you can FaceTime me while it's happening. It'll be fun.
Oh yeah, I almost FaceTimed Blanks last night because / Sean.
Sean. Every time you hear me say Sean, it's Blanks.
Yeah. Anyways, I almost FaceTime. I'm like, yo, dude, our last episode is almost 4 hours.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see how long this one goes. Because right now we are at actually an hour and 30 minutes.
Okay, I was about to say we're already at 2 hours.
We're almost there. We keep going.
God.
We'll see where this goes.
I felt like I've been here for 15 minutes.
I know. It felt like we've barely been here. I feel like I've barely been in this get up for how long, but you know.
How are you not burning up? Guys, just in case you're wondering, my butt cheeks are sweating, but the rest of me is cold. So like, I'm wondering how he's handling it.
I've gotten used to this when we did Sean. We did Blanks, bro.
There's just so much clothing on Mr. Flex here.
Yeah. It's a very interesting setup I have. Very interesting get up.
I hope you get past all this, Mr. Flex.
Yeah.
Yeah, shut up. You don't know what it's like, man.
You don't know what it's like, bro. Where are my feelings? I'm not.
You ever notice how everybody's ankles are different? Like your ankle is like incredibly different than my ankle.
Yeah.
I have like a muscular cankle. I get that from my grandma. She's just got this muscular cankle, and I'm like, why don't we have ankles? Because she's like, there's a lot of meat there. It's just muscle. She's like, what? So if you ever see me walking around, I probably don't have ankles.
You need to hire this man, yo. For all the show coasters out there, you'll need to hire this man to go play some shows.
Oh, dude. So me and Sean were talking about playing shows. I'm glad we're on the subject now because this is good stuff. The second show's open up, we're playing. It'll be a really local lineup. There have been local artists in the area that we've been trying to hit up. Lil Bot, if you know him.
I think, yeah.
Eric.
Yeah.
He's cool.
I saw he had a feature with Blanks. Yeah, I was trying to find that song and listen to it, but I couldn't. I didn't know
Wait, is the tape out?
I thought, well, not the tape. I thought he did a feature with him. I thought he did
Yeah.
a song with it. I didn't know if it was out or not because I saw him post. I saw Blake's post on his Instagram story.
He had one with Astromondo.
I know. Yeah, that one was good. 50.
Yeah, 50's a good song.
50's a good song.
So we'd play a show with Astromondo, and we'd play with Blanks, and I have to play drums with Blanks. And then on Doubt It, I do vocals. While Preston does drums, Sean does lead guitar, and my friend Chris Young, he does rhythm guitar.
Speaking of the band,
Yeah.
it was funny. So last year we were talking. I was like, "Yo, when's the band gonna release stuff?" And y'all were like, "Oh, we got some stuff in the works." And I was
We
like,
did. And now it's all gone. Because that band was different. That band was, I played drums. We had a guy named Karam. Shout out Karam. He did vocals. And we had Preston on guitar. Which, Preston on guitar is great. It's just, right now we don't have a drummer. So that's why he's playing drums in my band right now. But I was playing drums there. And we played a live show. And it went pretty good. We sold a bunch of tickets. We sold about 35 tickets. And the room was just big. It was pretty good. We played at Furnace 41, which is a really good venue. And we had about 10 songs made. Or about maybe 8. Yeah. 8 or 10 songs made. And they all slapped. I'm pretty proud of that work. They all just slapped big gorilla cheeks. But then we just didn't hang out anymore. And I was just like, yeah, I don't think this is happening again. So I did my own stuff, and I'm the vocalist because I love doing vocals, but I'm really good at drums.
Yeah, y'all. If y'all seen this, if you follow his Instagram and his personal one, like, yo, dude, this man, the videos he posted of him playing drums are epic. Like, I swear I'm so slow. I don't know how this man does it so fast. I'm like, it's like a machine gun going off. I'm like, Jesus.
You're not the first one to say that, dog.
Yeah.
Notice that fist bump was okay because I was coughing into my elbow, so go screw yourself. Swear to God,
all
you're
the
gonna
snowflakes are gonna be like, oh, he just gave
He's
me
got
COVID."
corona. I ain't got corona.
Technically, if you have a common cold, you have, because that's the type of coronavirus.
Like, then you have the corona antibodies, so good for you.
Yeah.
And now every time you cough, you're giving off corona antibodies, which is good. Kind of. Because it makes the other person sick for a day, and then they get corona antibodies, and then they can fight it off for a long time. That's how diseases work, I think.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so if you know someone who has corona, let them cough on you.
Please don't let people cough on you if they have corona.
Just
okay?
spread it around. I already had one elder die from corona.
Oof.
Yeah, but like, I thought it was just gonna happen anyway because they were old. So,
Dang. So,
shout out.
you find it's interesting that most of the deaths are from retirement homes and like facilities.
I don't find it interesting. I just find it. I knew it was gonna happen because every year the flu comes around and it kills people, and the people that it kill are normally people above the age of 60 or people below the age of 5. The immune system isn't strong when you're a baby or when you're an old person. You're good right in between that big chunk of time that you got. You can live it up until you get the flu and then you're sick for a week.
Yeah.
Like a week isn't that long though.
Yeah, it was very, very interesting, this pandemic.
I just think it's stupid and I'm tired of it and I'm ready for Black Lives Matter to completely control the entirety of the news, which it should, honestly, because there have been some real issues going on. Like, some of those killings really did get me pissed off, and normally I'm pretty chill about everything.
Yeah, this recent one was pretty, like...
Breonna Taylor made me so mad.
Yeah, that one's a weird one.
Because it's like the biggest screw-up of police history. Like, imagine going into the wrong house with the wrong people inside of it, and the people that you were looking for are already in custody by the people, like, down the fucking street. And you're up here killing people because they think that you're a robber, which I would have totally thought you were a robber. I would have shot you dead instantly. So that made me mad because I was like, wow, these people are literally just defending their homes and they died.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about it because I hear conflicting reports. It was like, oh, they were suspected of like doing drug trading for the house or something like that, or smuggling.
Even so, the no-knock warrant wouldn't have even been in place for drug trading. It would have totally been open up NYPD or wherever the area was.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, just the reports are wacky, and yeah, it's just very convoluted. This whole situation, like I was talking to other people, it's just so crazy. There's a lot of nuance, but a lot of people want to make this like totally like, oh, if you don't totally disagree with it, you're a horrible person, or if you do agree with it totally, you're just you're just following the narrative. And because like some of these cases, yeah, I totally see like where they were wrong. Some,
I totally see it.
That's police protocol, and
like George Floyd got me a little mad, but I wasn't like super pissed about it. I was mad because you're in training, you're not told to stand on someone's neck, and he did it. And even though he was saying, "Hey, I can't breathe," he just didn't care, which was just he was just being a douche.
Yeah,
it was like you're really like taking your pride over your job at this point. And he had a bunch of reports of being like racial profiling and being aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
So like, not saying that guy shouldn't have been a cop in the first place, but like he's just a bad person in general. So like, screw that guy.
Especially
but
with
I'm not gonna wish anything upon anyone because that's stupid. You shouldn't just say I'm gonna kill him because that's dumb. You should be like he should be in jail.
Yeah, I saw this one video where one of the cops that was part of that got released on bail. You might have seen it because it's been going around a lot. But the one cop, somebody saw him at a store and they were recording him, and he just didn't respond. And I was like I don't know why you're recording him. He's not gonna say nothing. I mean,
yeah, like he's told not to say anything.
I mean, like, what is he gonna say? Oh, I'm sorry that like my partner did that.
Because like even then, your apology means nothing. Because if you say something, you're screwed. If you don't, you're double screwed.
Yeah.
So like, what do you do? I would just sit there and be like, and just sit there and make noise. I just be like,
annoy him.
The guy that's videoing me. Actually,
Star.
this is real. In Walmart, in Monroe, I was being filmed by a worker because it was when COVID was fresh and everybody was terrified and peeing their pants over it. So it was like maybe a week after school let out. And then I was in Walmart with my sister. We were playing at my mom's birthday party. I keep on touching my nose because I have like an itch. I don't have boogers. I blow my nose. But we were like, I was coughing because I like breathed in wrong. I just breathed in. God, I got an itch in my nose, man. I breathed in wrong, and then like I just sat there going doing this like weird cough, and then this worker comes around the corner of the aisle that me and my sister are on because we're trying to buy stuff, and then she comes around and she does this.
What? You just literally just stare at you and just record.
Like just dead face like this.
What the?
For like a minute, and I just turn around and I just kind of go, and that's it. That's the whole story. She just walked away after that. After realizing that I'm not sitting here profusely vomiting up my COVID.
So, oh gosh, yeah. I feel like some people have took this so serious, and it's just like.
Well, now it's scary if you cough in a store because every mom hates you now.
Yeah.
Every
all the
white
Karens
mom,
get on you.
all the Karens are just gonna be like.
Oh boy.
High energy.
High energy, y'all. High energy.
The way each show is gonna go down.
Yeah.
High energy.
Y'all, yeah, I did. And I saw the shows you went to for other artists, dude. Y'all were freaking great. Speaking of, like, dude, the mosh pitting, oh my gosh. Yo, that looks crazy. You want to explain mosh pitting for people that don't know?
Yeah, I'll explain the whole pitting thing. So basically, it's really, really dumb, but it's so fun. like, the first time I went to a heavy show, I saw Guar. If you don't know what Guar is, look 'em up.
Oh, I know Guar, dude.
I'm not going to go deep into what they do, but it's awesome. They got these fake penises that shoot up blood. That's all you need to know. As soon as Guar started, and they're not even heavy. They're just like 80s thrash metal, which is cool. But like as soon as they started, this fat chick, and I don't mean like I'm chunky, I'm pretty fat, but like this fat chick just walked up to me and said onto my chest so I couldn't breathe. And then I was just like that was my first pit, and then I was like, yes, this is what I'm about now. This is what I'm going to do for a long time. And then it just keeps escalating. So, like, I went to Varials and Emure. That was the hardest show I've been to, like, where I pitted. Because I've been in mosh retirement for about a year, which is stupid. I took moshing for granted. And, dude, I remember busting this poor girl's teeth in with my foot. I was just like, whatcha? And then some other girl was trying to get all up on me and trying to be all tough and like pushing and punching me, and I was just like, and just kind of decked her. And that's just because it's fun. And that's kind of what pitting is. It's like fighting, but you make it look like it wasn't intentional. You just kind of throw your fist to the music.
It's like, oh, it's a free for all.
It's a free for all.
Dude, wait, it's literally a battle royale.
It's literally a battle royale,
Except no
just
guns.
like it's stupid cringy, until you understand being in it.
You're that person that takes it too far and you actually start like trying to kill people.
You get kicked out over that.
Yeah, that.
Security, dude. I watched a guy. He was just pitting, and he punched security in the face by pure accident because he was back swinging, which I do a lot. It's when you just take your arm or your elbow and you just do it directly behind you, so whoever's there is getting clocked. And I've been on the receiving end of that. It sucks. I've also been on the giving end of that. It's great. But he clocked the security guard. I've never seen such brutality in my life.
Oh my gosh.
This guy literally just like picked him up by his throat and said, like WWE style, just slammed this dude on the ground. His head was bleeding, and he was like, "I'm the fucking security. You can't touch me." That's what he said. And then he carried him out by his neck and kicked him out of the show. And I was like, I was 15. I was freaking out.
Bro, I imagine this dude's like some Samoan, like big built dude.
No, he's just this fat, beer belly, short little midget guy. He's maybe 5'6", and he's just big, and he's got these huge arms. He's like Popeye, but with pot belly. And he was awesome. I'm gonna tell you that.
Interesting.
Yeah, security guys are never huge. They're always short and fat and strong. Very interesting.
Very, very interesting. So I assume that, like, I mean, I don't assume, but, like, you always see, like, all these bodyguards for, like, these famous people, and they're, like, big, like, just built, looking like, it was funny, I saw this picture, the guy who played, I forget what's his name, the guy who played Aquaman, dude.
Jason Momoa?
Yeah, Jason Momoa, dude. I saw, like, somebody put, there's a picture of him and his security team or whatever, and somebody was like, yo, Jason Momoa looks like he's the boss before you battle, like,
Before you battle, like,
yeah.
the Demon King or whatever.
Yeah.
The ultimate end all.
And then, like, his bodyguards were, like, mini bosses.
Yeah. No one's like that in the metal scene, really. Except for a band called Harm's Way. But that's just because he takes roids. You can tell. He's got, you know when they have that belly that comes out of here and it's got abs on it? And you're like,
the HGH belly, yeah.
Yeah, and you're just like, steroids. That's him. But he doesn't have bodyguards. He is the bodyguard. No one has bodyguards.
Yeah.
They just use the venue security.
Yeah. It's funny the other genres that take kind of riot, like not rioting but mosh pitting too, like kind of like Travis Scott. He's kind of
like rap pits.
Rap. Yeah, rap and like
I don't fuck with rap pits. And that's because they're a bunch, I don't know if I can say this word, but they're a bunch of pussies. Sean was in blanks. Sean, whatever. He saw, who was it? Tyler, the Creator. And during Who Dat Boy, Sean was throwing hands.
Sean was throwing it?
Yeah, Sean pits. I taught him how to pit. I took him to heavy shows. And then we were just friendship united after heavy shows. And he was trying to pit, and they were not having it. They were scared. They, like, the most pit they were doing was pushing, which is fine. But I want to throw hands. Like, I want to throw hands. I want to throw a fist. Which is cringy to say. But you've never done it, so you wouldn't know.
Hear that, y'all? Y'all need to throw hands out of mosh pit.
You
can't beat
yeah, just make sure you don't, like, intentionally beat one person up.
Yeah, please
Because
don't tell
then,
anybody.
like, yeah, if you were to...
We don't condone that.
If you were to come up to me and drop kick me and just keep on hitting me, my boys would kill you. Because I always go to shows like 6 or 7 people, or like at least 4, and they'll just be like, "Yo, you want us to beat the fuck out of him?" That's why I go with 6 or 7 people, just for that reason. If I like hit someone too hard, I don't have to fight a person. They'll just be like, I'll have to get my boys, and then they'll just tell them to back off. It's exactly how it works.
It's like that movie scene where the main character's getting beat up. His friends finally get there. Hey, get back off.
That's it. That's exactly it. My biggest fear is someone coming up to me after the show and like clocking me out, because I'll know I'll be like tired. I don't want to fight.
Yeah.
I'll just hit the ground and stay there.
Yeah.
I'll just be like,
I feel like I'd be that person that just gets decked like the first minute.
that happened to me at Rotting Out, which was the best show I've been to, really. I just got there, like, because we missed the first band, which was Candy, and my friend Hayden was there, and he can attest that I got clocked so hard during Rotting Out. The very first song, within the first 45 seconds, because I was out there in the pit hitting. As soon as the band started, I went up to Hayden. I just pushed him against everybody. I walked up to somebody, hit him in the face, and then I turned around and I threw elbows, and then I ran to my side and I did the same thing. And then I stopped for a minute because I came out of mosh retirement. I was breathing heavy. I was like, and then a dude came out of nowhere, and he turned around and just clocked me so hard right here in my jaw that it popped out of place. And I had to push it back in. And then right here was all black and blue because my teeth went into my gums. I was bleeding so much. I was out the whole night. I just sat outside. Sad. Because I was like spitting up blood everywhere. I bought a t-shirt from the girl that was running the merch table after I got punched. And I was like bleeding all over the table. And then I was like, I want that shirt. And she's like, you want what? And I was like, that one. And the blood was profusely coming out of my mouth. She was like, okay. And then I walked up to somebody and was like, bro, are any of my teeth missing? And he was like, no, but you got cavities. And I was like, screw off. I didn't need to be told this. I got a mouthful of blood. You really just want to tell me that I got cavities? I was concerned about my teeth.
Oh my gosh.
So you got a cavity. That's great. Shut up.
Oh my gosh. Oh boy. I could not get away with, like, I could not go to one if my family knew I was going to one of those. Because
I'll take you to one. Dead ass.
I have to see my schedule.
Your schedule never will line up. Just come. Show up. I'll drive.
Because, like, all those memes out there about telling parents to be like, where are you going? What friends?
Just be like, friend Gunner, he's cool. And we're going to a concert. Moshpit there? No. Be like, to listen to the music? Here you go. They sure don't do the mosh pits there? They don't do them there. They do them there.
Is it inner city?
Atlanta.
We'll see.
Definitely Atlanta most of the time. Or Savannah. But I don't go to Savannah shows. They're kind of far.
Yeah. It's basically like going to
Florida.
Yeah, Florida. Jeez.
I've been to Savannah once. It sucked. It's so hot. There's alligators. And there's mosquitoes on your testicles. And they just sting you. And they're not like the normal mosquitoes that I have at my house, which are apparently different than Loganville mosquitoes. My mosquitoes that I get stung by are like this big.
What
They're huge.
Bro, that's like Land of the Lost type of mosquito.
And the ones that are in Savannah are like this big. But they have swarms. They just swarm your unit and your package and your face, and they get in your nose and up your eyes, and you're just like, ah! You get butt raped by these mosquitoes, man. FlexBoy doesn't know about this life.
No, I do. Well, okay, not being swarmed by mosquitoes, but you know, I do have a history of being ill.
They suck.
Yeah.
Except the ones that I get out at my house are like this big. Nobody can see that. They're like this big.
I'll zoom into
This,
your hand
yeah,
if I
this
need
big.
to.
Dude, they left a huge whelp on my neck right here.
Yeah, that's definitely Land of the Lost type of crap.
Land of the Lost.
Bruh. Or is it? Yeah, Land of the Lost. I think the movie's called the one with Will Ferrell where he gets bit.
Will Ferrell is such a tool. Will Ferrell is like, he's funny, but no, he isn't. You know?
No.
He's funny, but he's also not.
Yeah, like
He was funny in Step Brothers.
I heard that's a good movie. I've never watched the whole thing for. I know I'm uncultured, apparently, y'all.
Uncultured.
Apparently, I don't know Rage Against the Machine.
Uncultured swine. You don't know Rage Against the Machine?
No, it was the blank Sean was telling me about it. He was like, dude, you've definitely heard a song from. I'm like, yo, I don't know, man. I was like,
First off, I'm going to send you links about the music that I listen to, and you got to listen to it because it's good stuff.
alright.
It reflects nothing of my demo. It's just good.
Speaking of bands, what do you think? Do you think Skillet or Avenged Sevenfold are considered metal rock bands?
Skillet? No.
No.
No. And that's because actually some of their stuff was heavy. I'll give it to them. Because I used to be a diehard Skillet fan.
Same here.
Yeah. And then I grew out of it. Good for me.
Yeah.
Really good. They had some heavy stuff. But now, no way. They're more just anthem rock, you know?
Yeah.
Which is like, what I mean by that is I mean like, they played in stadiums because it's kind of hype.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of fast, but it's slow enough for people to headbang to without having to get really into it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good enough to play over a football game.
I need a hero.
Well, not that one. That song, that one's not that good. I mean, it's their most popular song, ain't it?
Well, that Monster, I think. Is
Monster was a good one.
Oh yeah,
I'm not even gonna front.
I remember I was listening to that one time in class and my headphones unplugged. Just
And all they heard was
Monster. Yeah, and just they're all looking. Everybody was looking at me like, "What the frick are you listening to?" This is like 7th grade, dude. Where kids were like listening to like pop or whatever.
I've been dealing with this problem my whole life.
True.
They'll just see what I got on my thing, and sometimes I'll be listening to something crazy. Here, I gotta show you something crazy. No, this is gonna be cringy, but I'm gonna play it. If it'll load, that's all in the dependings. But there's a song called Anal Evisceration by a band called Ingested. I listened to that in 10th grade because it was the edgiest thing I've ever heard in my whole life. And people would walk by and they'd look at my phone and they'll be like, "What are you doing?" They'll be like, "What is this disgusting thing?" Yeah, here it is. Anal Evisceration, where is it? There it is. That sounds like garbage. But I just loved it for like a year. And people would walk by and then I'll just be like, "Anal Evisceration." Got into Cattle Decap for a little bit. That was awful. Cattle Decapitation is a band. They're vegan. They write a lot about...
Vegan?
Yeah, they write about like mutilating bodies and stuff. It's gross.
What?
They had a music video called Forced Gender Reassignment. And it keeps getting taken down because it's a video of a sex operation.
Ew.
Where they're snipping off pee-pees. And then they take the scrot and turn it into a vagina, and they take that dude's penis and put it on a girl. What? It's crazy, but
That's weird.
it's funny. Because overlaying it is just, and then it's just this graphic blood fest. In case y'all ever wanted to know what I was into when I was 15.
Very edgy stuff, y'all.
Yeah, I was like, this is the edgiest thing I've heard.
Yo, it's so cool, bro.
Yeah, it's so cool. And then I got like actual good taste.
Yeah.
Now I listen to good stuff.
Yeah, what was another band I was saying? Oh, A Day to Remember.
No.
I know they aren't really, but they're kind of like EDM mixed. And they like scream sometimes. Like they don't scream all the time.
Okay, so my whole thing with A Day to Remember is
they got that really catchy. They got that really kid-friendly song with
they got
Rescue Me.
they did what they did. There was this era in 2011 of metal called metalcore, which is where it was before that, but this was like a new era of metalcore. Mm-hmm. Everybody's gonna hate me if they listen to metal. They're gonna be like, you don't know what you're talking about. I do know what I'm talking about. Shut up. It's like this twinkle gay fest, and I mean this in the nicest way, because all of the vocalists sound very feminine, except for the screams, and the screams are very. Dude, it's just all trash. It all sounds like digitalized. There's weird EDM breakdowns, so it'll be like, let's open up this bit, and then it turns into this heavy riff. It was an awful era of metal. And all the singing was like, yeah. I was not about it. I wanted music with nuts to it, but for a while I did like that music for a bit. I can be judged and put into jail for me enjoying the 2011 era.
Yeah, I like. I'm not gonna lie, I got into Avenged Sevenfold because of Call of Duty Zombies.
Avenged Sevenfold is like. I'm not gonna lie. Avenged Sevenfold is good, but I hate it. It's just not for me.
Because it's like, I wouldn't say they're repetitive, like, but their songs like sound kind.
It's just like it's so close to being so heavy.
Yeah,
and it never is.
They don't like go like harder than they could.
Yeah.
It feels like.
Like, if I'm not listening to it and I'm like, wow, it doesn't really. There's no way to make this like heavier. I probably don't like it that much. Yeah. Unless it's like punk. I love punk.
Oh, punk rock, yeah.
Yeah, punk, and hardcore punk, which is like my bread and butter.
So, I mean, I guess what am I trying to think? Fall Out Boy.
Disgusting.
I'm just saying like some of their songs are kind of like punk, but not really.
No, so. you got me effed up. Fall Out Boy is like the thing that scene girls listen to when they like. Call themselves fat in the mirror. That's a little specific, but
thanks for the memories.
Thanks for the memories.
Yeah, I really Avenged Sevenfold though. I really like Shepherd of Fire, dude. That's a fire song.
They got Avenged Sevenfold plays on WWE, like NXT. They have like songs over there, and I'm digging them because it's just like fast double bass. Mm-hmm. And it's just lyrics that are like low and the guitar's tuned slow. I thought it was cool for wrestling. You know who plays wrestling stadiums though? Code Orange. Which I don't know if you know who they are.
I don't know.
If you did, it would have blew your brain. Code Orange is sick. They're one of the first like mainstream hardcore bands that were like pushing it out there. Not like the first mainstream, but like the first of the new era. Not from the 90s.
Gotcha.
Sick stuff.
Sick stuff, right? Yeah. Yeah.
You ever just take your keys and just go?
No, I don't usually cut myself.
No, I'm not cutting. I just like I'm shaving almost.
Oh.
Yeah, I would never. That's.
I think it's more the scalping, like you're. Oh boy. Yeah, so what's with the band, man? Are y'all like back together or?
Doubt it is coming together.
It's coming together.
Puncture's dead. That's the band that played a few shows. And that's the band that when we had stuff that was good. And now I wanted to separate myself from that. So I made Doubt It, and Doubt It's got some good shit going on. It's got more than Puncture did, with practically the same members. I think Puncture just died because we didn't hang out anymore. Ever.
Yeah, we just no connection. Y'all were just chilling.
We weren't even chilling. We didn't talk to each other. There was like a time where we were just like vibing. And now everything's chill, so I get to abuse my friends for their talent. So it's kind of sick. I get to just be able to be like, oh, you're good at guitar? Play my stuff.
Yeah. Because it was funny, interesting seeing Preston and Hayden. Or actually not. Well, I don't really follow Hayden too much, but Preston, it was funny to see him like just doing his own thing with the guitar and just playing.
When he was releasing like a single on his Facebook, is that what you're talking about?
Well, yeah, and then also on Instagram he was posting some.
Yeah, he would post guitar videos with trap beats. The problem with me and Preston, and it's not even a big problem, it's just more of like an artistic difference, is he wants to make something that would be profitable, which I completely understand. I understand why. But that's not why I made music. I made music because I wrote it for myself. And I wrote it because it resembles what I'm going through and what I like to hear. So he's not like a sellout because he hasn't even sold yet. You know, but he wants to make something that's popular, that he could maybe enjoy. I wanted to make something that I 100% enjoy that isn't popular, because I couldn't care less about that.
Kind of like War, you want to be like kind of under the radio, but still like
yeah,
your own thing.
kind of like every metal band that's ever been out that never made anything ever again.
Yeah,
they did it for themselves, which is kind of how I wanted to keep it. I wanted to write, and I was talking with Chris. And he was like, honestly, you should just write all the songs. And I was like, I'm down. You should just write all the songs and we play them. I'm down. At least you'd have themes that coagulate with each other. Coagulate, that's a weird word.
Would you, I don't know. I mean, I kind of like this concept, but I know you said you didn't like feminine singer voices or whatever.
Yeah.
But I do like it sometimes when they bring in like a women singer to sing like some chorus, like not chorus, but like, you know, background vocals or whatever. Like sometimes that stuff sounds like freaking hard rock. Like, dude, it sounds fire.
No, I'm not saying that women can't be in hard rock. I'm saying men should sound like men, and women should sound like women. That's just how I think it should work. But you know, people do whatever they want, and that's their right. But like sometimes women vocals, like Evanescence. I'm gay for Evanescence. I'm totally that goth chick that you knew in 5th grade about Evanescence. I'm totally that. That was specific too.
Yeah. So like in the future, when you do pop off, which
maybe
there's a potential Man's here could pop off.
Either way, I'll be happy. I'll probably own a back porch with a grill on it, and I'll be good.
This man, I feel like, could live a simple life. But just in case, if you had the choice, who would be your number one collaboration to do a song with? Like anybody.
Oh, easy. 100% easy. If I had to collaborate with any, like, band, Knocked Loose. Knocked Loose. I know you don't know who they are.
Well, I feel like I've listened to one of their songs. I can't think of off the top of my head, but
the vocalist Brian Garris, dude, if I could just have a hang sesh with him and he just like spit a verse on my stuff, or if I were to spit a verse on his, I'd nut. I would nut. I mean, I would pop off because I love, like, I don't idolize after anybody, but I do take notes. And Brian Garris was like one of the major influences in my voice, the way that I scream. But I took his stuff and I made it my own. But like, he's a hero to me. He's cool. I would totally work with Knock Loose any day. I would just play drums for them, and I would be satisfied. That's it. Knock Loose all the way.
Knock Loose, okay.
Or like Varials. I like Varials a lot. I like Varials a lot, but like not new Varials. I like old Varials. Specific about my taste right there.
Very specific, y'all.
Yeah, the new Varials sucks butt. If you like the new Varials, you're weird.
Why is it like kind of stuff you talking about that you don't like, or
It's just like it's nowhere
it doesn't
near.
slap like the old stuff?
It's nowhere near as heavy, at all. And it's not that it has anything to do with the production. I think it's just the songwriting, because they don't even play their old songs anymore. Every time I see them live, I've seen them about 4 times live. They play the same new songs, and they all sound like poop. And I don't like them at all until they play like 3 old ones. Oh, and then I move myself up to the front and I grab the mic and I scream some of the lyrics. Because the guy sees me screaming and he comes over to me and he gives me the mic. It's the coolest thing that's ever happened to me, really. Just the guy gives me the lyrics.
Yo, I just take the mic and sing for him.
Yeah, just a couple words. All nut.
Have you ever thought of yourself like not being in the mosh pit, but you playing and seeing other people like mosh pit just going out off on it?
That happened when we played that show at Furnace 41. And it was definitely weird. But I loved it.
Because you weren't in it, but you saw like what the music made people feel.
And it made me feel a type of way about the music too. So like as they were moshing during those heavy breakdowns, it was like I was feeding off of their energy. Because for the most part, everybody was just kind of standing there. You know, they were moving a little bit, but they weren't like throwing hands. And as soon as we played like one of our heavier songs, they were throwing hands. Oh! There's a video of me playing drums, and then you can see me just like do like weird stuff, and I'm like throwing sticks in the air, and I'm like slamming down on the drums and stuff out of nowhere too, because I just see people moshing. I'm like, yes, energy.
Yeah.
It was like being on steroids.
Don't do steroids, kids.
Yeah, they'll make you have boobs, and your PP will get small. It's true.
Yeah, that is true.
Steroid tits.
Oh boy.
My ass cheek hurts.
Yeah, mine hurt a little bit too. Have you ever, so in the future, like you said you're gonna make a album?
Yeah, an album.
Okay. I'm right, y'all. See, I'm right. Album. I listen.
Well, what about it?
I was gonna ask, are you since our generation's like, you know, we're like into different genres and stuff.
Yeah.
Different styles. Do you think like your album you'll try experimenting with different stuff, or you'll try to stick with like you'll try to like make sure you're good with what you're good with now, like your style right now?
My style right now is probably what's going to be on that album, but it will definitely have cool stuff on there. Like I do like rap, I do, but it's got to be like the douchiest rap there is, because that's what I like. If they're gonna rap,
There's gotta be some XX dash.
yeah, I want to hear about like you doing drugs and like punching people in the face and like
You gotta say some
you're not
stuff.
scared even though you don't have a pistol on you. Like I want that kind of attitude of just like I don't fucking care. So I might add some of that into like after the song, because I do like those beats a lot. I like rap, just not.
Oh yeah, the beats for rap, like
Everybody's so sad about rap now. Like ever since Juice WRLD came out, everybody's been crying. Just like shut up. No one cares. Your girlfriend left you 3 years ago. Get over it. Shout out Juice WRLD.
shout out Juice WRLD. Yeah, but yeah.
I would definitely put some of that in the album. Like those samples that are on Elm Street, you would hear more stuff like that. Just like things that I like. It wouldn't be something that I would do for anyone else. It would be for me.
Speaking of samples, what's the one at the end of Manipulate where like the girl's screaming? I almost forgot about that one.
So the idea was we were gonna get a real girl to scream in the mic and say, "Please stop," and that's so that would have made it so scary. It would have made me tense up because it would have been a little too real. But like, we were gonna get a girl to scream, "Please, no, stop," and all this other stuff. He's hurting me, and then a gunshot. We didn't do that because we were like pushed for time because I said I was gonna release it on my birthday, and I did. June 20 was my birthday. I released it on that day because I said I would. So I did it. So we just found a sample of a girl screaming online. And it sounded so cool because we distorted the snot out of it, man. If anyone hasn't heard it, you need to. It's a cool sample.
Yeah, y'all,
and we got the guitar. We did pick slides on it to create that first noise that you hear. That it sounds like muffled screaming. And then you can clearly hear the woman scream on top of it.
Okay.
So, like, that's what you're hearing. It sounds so scary.
It sounds like straight, like, from a weird, like, horror movie. Like, it's so weird and creepy. It sounds like something, like, Eminem would put, like, especially with his most recent album, Music to Be Murdered By, where I think it's the first intro song, Premonition. He has a girl screaming, like, and, like, she's getting stabbed or whatever. Yeah, and it's like... That's what that kind of reminded me of.
Yeah.
And it was like, I have to turn that down, dude, especially like when I was out in public driving, because I turn my volume all, I'm like,
oh, bro.
breaking. I'm like,
did you hear my speakers come up here?
No, I didn't.
I gotta show you that when we're done, because I got it hooked. I got the hookup.
Yeah, the bass in my car is like, bro, on Spotify
Cranked.
too, I just put Spotify.
You got that
bass,
equalizer on there?
Equalizer, bass, I just like that, and also the lyrics, so it's just bass and lyrics, and you're just... That's also probably why also the instrumentals, when I listen to it, it's probably a little louder, but
Well, on the drums, the instrumentals on the demo was very janky, because we had 2 microphones to record the entire drum set. If you never mic'd a drum set before, which no one ever has, it's difficult, but not. We had to duct tape a microphone in the sky to pick up all the drums, and then we had a microphone in the kick drum. So all those that you hear, that's the kick drum coming in clear. We processed it. We didn't sample any of it because I'm against that. But if some things are a lot louder than others because that's the way I played them, then we can't really fix that at all because we recorded everything with one mic for the overhead. So like the snare, all the drums, like the toms, the ones that go do 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 do, and the cymbals, one mic. So sometimes things are really loud and sometimes things are a lot quieter than before, and we just try to like match them. Sometimes they just didn't match up. And sometimes things were really, really loud. But overall, it was pretty good, I'd say.
Oh yeah, I would say like sound-wise and production, like I said, it sounds really good. It sounds like you actually like. It sounds like you were with somebody that like kind of knew what they were doing in a studio. Like they were like,
It was an attic with Sean.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good for that. I mean, it really does. Is there like any weird instruments like you added in any of your songs, or like any weird sounds like excluding the samples at the end and the beginning?
Yes, we used a piano in Manipulate. Yeah, you can hear that from the very start. It's that we picked a low note we had to make sure it was in the right key. It's like dope. It's just cool. And we added that literally almost the day before it came out. We were doing finishing touches at my house. And then we just added it in there. And it was Sean's idea. And it came out so cool. Because it really just made me, as like the listener, when I first listened to it, feel anxiety about like hearing it.
Yeah, I really
And on the vocals in Manipulate, when it's like the talking, we put a telephone effect on it, so it sounds like I'm coming through somebody's phone. That's why it sounds so like far away, but it's like it's also there. Okay. It sounds like stalker shit. It's cool. And I remember hearing that for the first time, and I was like, bro,
my gosh.
I was like, this is gonna sound so okay. Mediocre at best.
Yeah. So like for the screaming parts, did you like record those separately, or did you do those while you're singing your vocals, your lyrics?
Oh, yeah. So for the screaming parts, all the screams were done in a car.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, we did those in Sean's car in the hot sun on one of the hottest days of the past 2 weeks, and it was ridiculously hot. There was sweat running down my leg, down into my shoes. My shoes were having puddles in them. It was ridiculous. And so yeah, we recorded every scream into the car, which is kind of why it sounds so okay. So we could like put reverb on it and put stuff on it. Because if we had done it in my attic, we would have had a little bit more echo than we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Don't smoke. Gotta bleep that one out. And what was I talking about? Screaming. We recorded all that in the guitar. By the time we were done, we were so fed up with how hot it was, we just went back to my place, which was like, we just parked on somebody's property. That wasn't finished yet. It was right next to my house. And we just drove back to my place. And then we were editing it, and we forgot all the dialogue parts, all of them. So we had to go into my closet and do the dialogue parts on a separate take. But overall, vocally, we took about 10 to 11 takes. If you count like dialogue with it for the demo on each song. And we had to pick out the best two and meld them together. Because on some of the songs, I'm just having to talk real fast and it's not working. I think that's on My Life in Vain. I had to do a double layer because I couldn't hold up. So I cheated. Yeah, I cheated. But vocals, those were the easiest. Those took 1 day. Vocals and drums, those took 2 days together. Guitars took 2 weeks.
Jeez.
Yeah, guitars I had to figure it out. It was like the hardest thing anyone's ever done because I didn't play to a metronome, which keeps you in time, and my timing's pretty good, but I was really fast. So we were pushing like 250 BPM, which if you don't know that, that's like...
Oh yeah, that's like super fast.
Preston was having a hard time keeping up. He was having a hard time keeping up.
Yeah.
It was cool stuff.
So how long when did y'all start when did y'all start the project of all this?
I started writing these songs about in March. That's when I wrote Manipulate. It was around March and April. Elm Street was a collection of songs that I've written maybe a year ago. And I just melded it together after I wrote Manipulate. And I figured out, because I always knew I wanted to write the demo and have 3 songs. I already knew that like a year ago. I already knew.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know what those 3 songs were yet. Because I had many to choose from, and they weren't cutting what I wanted until I wrote Manipulate. And then I took what I liked about every other song and I made that into Elm Street. And My Life in Vain was just when I was at a low point. And I just wrote out what I was feeling at the time. And to me, it's like you feel so low, and then that writing it out just really helps. Even though you might have to go back and write it out again. It's a temporary fix for a temporary problem. So, I mean, it was cool. Everything was written lyrics first, then drums. Then while I'm writing drums, I'm writing guitar. And I can write the tabs for them, but there's no point. They just take forever long, and no one really knows what they mean. Except for Sean. He would know. And Preston. But yeah, and that's it. I mean, the demo didn't take long to make. It took maybe 3 weeks, I would say, of like, hey, having to schedule when Sean can come over to my house and when Preston can come over to my house, and we had to borrow gear from Hayden, In all, it took about 3 weeks of just planning. So it didn't take stupid long, but it was pretty good. Definitely ate a lot during that. Every time Sean came over, we went out to eat, and yeah, I wish I knew about that McDonald's girl at the time because I would have been popping by there, and I would have been getting her number, which I plan to do after this.
Hey, you hear that? The McDonald's girl.
I'm coming to get you.
If this comes out before he gets you, I'm coming after.
I'm coming after you.
Shout out to the McDonald's.
I think
girl,
she works at night because that's when I saw her. So I'm gonna have to pop by there tonight.
Well, I'm glad you're having good times with girl issue, bro.
What's been going on with you? What's been going on with you?
Oh boy.
Lay it on me. Last time we talked about girls issue, you called me at 1 a.m.
Was it really 1 a.m?
It was some ungodly hour where I was just like, I'm up at 1 a.m.
I'm trying to remember if this was like.
It was
this was probably after my first relationship, bro. That was. Oof. I'm not gonna say who it was or
Well, you can't even say that because you're FlexBoy right now.
I know, but just in case.
Just in case. Yeah, I'm not even Gunner Goose right now. I'm doubt it.
Doubt, yeah, he's doubt. But yeah, no, it was horrible, bro. That ended so badly, and then
it was funny to hear you collapse.
Oh yeah. If you know me, I'm sorry. I repress my feelings, y'all.
He really does.
I repressed my feelings till the last minute.
And it was just so funny to hear him just be like, "All right, I hate this," and I was just like, because it came out of left field, but I was sorry for you.
Yeah, and then also I think before that, actually for grow up eyes, because I think I was into this other girl. Dude, that one's so wrong.
I've done that before. It's all good. You live and learn.
Yeah. And then sad. Yeah. And then after this first relationship, bro, I just been like, I want to say F-boy.
Oh, so you've been like.
I've just been kind of just been hanging.
You've been
with
just
people.
like, come here, left and right.
Nah, this has been like, to be honest.
You've been vibing.
People.
You've been smoking weed with all these goth girls. You've been getting that coochie.
No, I have not been smoking, no.
I know a couple goth girls. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
It was worse.
The bloopers are gonna be great for this.
Yeah, dude, post them bloopers.
If I ever keep the recordings of a lot of these podcasts and stuff I cut out.
Do you have Sean's recording?
Oh yeah, I can show you Sean's recording.
Yeah, can we do this after this?
Yeah,
I want to get a drink.
I don't know if you want to watch the whole thing.
It's 4 hours long. What ours doing is probably 4 hours long now.
Oh yeah, no.
When I say I roll by here too,
yeah,
we've been in here for.
Yeah, right now it's
we're at about 2.5.
We recorded this at 2 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, we're at about 2.5.
Yeah,
that's sick.
We are at 2.5 hours. Jeez.
We hardly have anything left to talk about. Because I only have 3 songs. It's not like you had to go over 16.
I mean, we still talked about other stuff. We talked about the band.
We talked about the band. We got a small little segment about politics. That's all I'm going to give you.
Yeah, a little bit satisfy show.
Yeah, a little bit of coronavirus.
We talked about video games.
I talked about video games. I'd smoke you an MK.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
We talked about drugs and goth girls.
No, which I might have to cut out.
Yeah, which you might have to cut out. But people can just know that we talked about drugs and goth girls and cut out the conversation, but keep this bit in.
Keep this part in.
So like that way, you should do that. That way people are like, "Whoa, are we missing content? FlexBoy, we'll follow you and lick your balls if you show me the content." You should keep that in there too because it's funny.
I might keep that.
Everything except me saying the F word. You can just bleep those out.
Okay. Oh boy.
That's gonna be an editing nightmare.
We found out that you're actually religious.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't normally talk about it because there's no need to.
Is there any other hidden meanings we did not get to in your 3 songs?
Well, we went over Manipulate.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a dream about abuse.
We went over Elm Street.
Elm Street. Sleep paralysis. Don't fuck with that. And we got My Life in Vain, which is
we talked about the first, I don't know, what do you want to call it? Stanza?
Lines? Yeah. We can go over that if you want to. That's cool.
Actually, no. The second part is actually pretty interesting lines. Wrapped and cast to sea in circles of drowning, guardian angel, do you hear me? I saw you as a child, but do you see me?
One time when I was a kid, I saw what I thought was my guardian angel, and now going back to it a couple weeks ago, I think I just saw a shape of a person because my brain is weird. But you know, you're always told, you know, your guardian angel's watching you, he's gonna protect you, and it was like, sometimes I feel like my guardian angel ain't around, and I'm just here getting butt raped by whatever wants to get me, which is about like referencing to sleep paralysis. I feel like that shouldn't have ever happened, but now it did, and I had to go through a whole spiritual thing about it.
That's freaked me out, especially I don't know if you've watched Netflix a lot, but there was that show that came out. I forgot if it was last year or the year before, but The Haunting of Hill House.
I haven't seen that.
They got this lady who basically so there's like ghosts like attacking different people in like this family or whatever.
Yeah.
And some of them got special powers, and it's like weird. Some of them got like they can see ghosts or they can sense them, or like
I know people like that.
Yeah. But yeah, and so there's this one where this girl, she has sleep paralysis, and like she sees like it's actually one of the ghosts or whatever, and I was like, no. I saw that, if I had sleep paralysis, saw that, and like her neck was like crooked or whatever because she got hung or something. That was the story behind her ghost or whatever.
Well, like
and it was like creepy and weird.
Here's the scariest part about sleep paralysis. As I've only had one episode, pray to God that I only keep that one episode.
Yeah.
If you read the lyrics to that song, you'd be like, wow, it really impacted me. But the worst part about it is the paralysis part. You can't move.
Mm-hmm.
So like my natural fight or flight was saying fight. So when the time that girl got on my bed, I had dug my nails so far into my hand from making a fist that I was bleeding because I was trying to punch up as hard as I could, and I couldn't. So like as soon as I like woke up, or as soon as it stopped, I remember just like swinging up so hard and so like high into the air that like I threw out my arm or something. Like I just remember being sore.
Wow.
And I was just like, oh, I can't sleep now. Good luck with that. I had to go through a whole spiritual ritual, all kinds of stuff.
You go for exorcisms. Oh boy. Yeah.
Not exorcist stuff. I just had to bless my room and stuff. Oh, and on the window.
On the holy water.
Yeah, with oil, dude. It's real stuff.
Wow.
For me, at least. On my window, it said, "Let us in." No one wrote that.
What?
It didn't say that before, but on my window, it said, "Let us in," when I woke up. That's fucked, dude.
Yeah,
Your reaction is very chill.
Dude.
FlexBoy can't see your eyes.
I am just surprised.
No one wrote that. No one ever writes that as a joke. No one's been to my house.
I'm sorry. Just sometimes some stuff is like, it just doesn't hit me, and I'm like, wait.
Imagine you having a sleep paralysis, and then on your bedroom window it says, "Let me in."
That's
terrifying.
That's scary, dude. Like, honestly.
I almost peed myself over that.
That's like when I was younger, and I was always scared that somebody was gonna break into my house, dude. I was like, yo.
Oh, that comes from. I gotta fear that too, but I'll beat the F out of anybody that comes into my house.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Spiritual sometimes can be scarier than like real and like reality and stuff, and I'm like, nah.
No, I don't mess with it.
And that's why I feel like I like have like a tendency to like be conspiratorial theory kind of thing, because like I said, I'm scared. Like,
Yo, you believe in conspiracy theories?
Not all of them. Like, I'm not a 9/11. You know, it's fake. Blah blah blah. Bush did it. No, I don't believe that.
Me neither.
I don't believe that.
9/11 was a serious thing.
I don't. You know, the moonwalk was fake. I don't. You know.
You don't think the moonwalking was fake?
Nah.
I think it was fake.
I don't think there's enough proof to claim that, but.
I don't think there's enough proof to make it real. That's my thing.
You know.
That's me.
And you know, or JFK's thing was that, you know, however you want to look at Earth, the CIA got him. There's so many, like, you know.
Earth's flat, bro.
Okay, I don't believe in that one either, but nah. But there's a few.
It makes sense,
like
but
aliens,
why?
Aliens are believable, I think, at this time. Like,
I don't think aliens are real.
You don't think aliens are real?
Even though that Navy video did a UFO, I think it's fake.
You think it's fake?
I think even if there were aliens, I wouldn't believe it, you know? I'd just be like, it's not real. It's a projection.
I mean, hey, they could be real, they could be not. To me, I believe it because there's no way we're the only living beings on this in this universe.
That all ties into what you
counts.
believe in your religion.
Yeah, so
That 100%.
I'm not saying Christians are wrong or any other religion's wrong.
No, but you think what you think, and I think what I think. That's there's no one that's right or wrong indefinitely until you've seen it.
Yeah, like I'm saying, God,
Could totally exist.
could totally exist. I'm saying,
But at
I
the same
believe there is
time,
a higher power. I believe
There could be an alien that controls everything. That's how you feel.
Or some
And
people
I respect
believe
that.
Jesus is an alien. Like
That could have been the case, but with the way I believe, no, it isn't.
I know. Hey, some people believe that, some people don't.
Exactly,
You know,
and that's the beauty of being
a free country.
a free country, where you don't have to agree.
And
no one can be mad at you
if we're
for
the
it.
only living beings in this universe, that's all good to me. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so believe dinosaurs existed or not? Hey, that's
I mean, maybe they did.
Yeah.
But what if it's just this giant chicken that runs around everywhere? And that was the Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah. So
It's just a big chicken. They got their bone structure all messed up.
Well, also pass you on a question. I passed on the blinks, but I asked him. Do you think artists should talk about political topics or themes? Do you think there's a bridge with that, or you feel like there should be a line that you should follow closely, or certain inner topics that are crazy that other people find taboo?
So what you're saying is
Basically,
should
stuff
bands be political?
Yeah,
and is there a line that
is
there
there a
needs
line
to be
that
set?
should be drawn? Is there too much or too or they're not
Well,
saying enough, blah blah blah, and all that?
There is a line that's already drawn between art and franchise.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you don't cross that line, you can say whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
So the line between art and franchise would be, you feel so strongly about this that it is in your art. And therefore, you aren't intending on making money off of it because it's what you feel.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're saying it because you want a special group to approve of you or your music, so if you're a heavy metal band and you're like, all right, well, you know what? Fuck Donald Trump in one of your songs just to get the approval of somebody else, that's when I don't think you should do that.
Yeah.
I think if you really just hate the guy and you got your reasoning, then you can do whatever you want. But if you have this fake hatred about something, then you shouldn't put it in your music or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And there shouldn't be a line drawn between censorship and art either, because there shouldn't be censorship to begin with.
Yeah. Look, I feel like you could talk about anything. It's just when it feels disingenuous. I feel like that's when it's it's just it's funny because I'll listen to some artists and all of a sudden they start speaking out against this person. And
Yeah.
You weren't talking smack years ago or
See, that's why you got to get into bands like Rage Against the Machine and Stray from the Path, which have always been anti this, but here's the reasons, and here's why we think that way, and this is what we believe in. It's Rage Against the Machine has stopped their show before and gave a talk about politics, and they're like, you might not like talking about politics because it makes you uncomfortable, but the people that are working against you are talking about politics, and therefore you should too. They're like, your landlord, he likes politics. Your president, he likes politics. Your angry mom and dad, they like politics. So if you want to beat them, you have to play their game, is what they're saying. And that's where that's what I love about that style, is that they're always they just say things that are kind of true. Straight from the Path, they're always the police are not above the law. They're here to protect and serve those who think that are better than the people. I was I 100% agree with that. But also, I don't say the police. It's not the easiest job, and they understand that, and that's why I like them.
Yeah.
But they're if you abuse people just for the fun of it, and you're a cop, then yeah, you should be put in jail. And I'm just yes,
Yeah.
rock on.
Yeah.
That's as political as I think it gets, is those kind of bands, and that's really good.
Yeah.
Because they don't say anything that's hurtful to the public at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just hate when they say stuff that's towards the other group that doesn't believe in what they feel or
yeah, especially when it comes down to religion.
Oh Oh yeah.
That's like I listen to a band called Spite. They're super anti-God, which is like taboo for me to listen to, but I love it. But like I feel uncomfortable because I'm like, well, I don't feel attacked. I just feel like
it's just like really?
It's just like you could have wrote something better.
Yeah.
But instead you're writing all this like hateful stuff about something that shouldn't even matter that much to you right now.
Yeah.
And people are like sexist in their music, or racist. There are a few bands that I've found out were racist. They weren't good.
Yeah.
They weren't good bands.
Yeah. I just thought it was an interesting concept because it's like they also, and I get like you came out talking nuance in a whole song.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, most people are gonna sound like, oh, they're just part of this, but you know, it's interesting, especially with the recent stuff that's been happening. A lot of people have actually, like the people I've listened to so far, have been like nuanced and saying like, yeah, we get like this, and this, but you know, this is still bad for this reason.
You know, I was gonna write a political song, but then I was like, I don't care enough.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just appealing to the people that won't even care about my stuff anyway. So why would I care? So I didn't write one, but it would have slapped.
Yeah.
It would have slapped because it would have been like, I don't know. I had some lines typed up. It was like, you talking blue, I'm talking collars. You watching Strife while you counting dollars. It was gonna be rap. It was gonna be cool.
Yeah. I know we talk about bands, but what rap do you listen to?
Ghostman. Ghostman. He's weird and sadistic. He's like, my bitch cut my face with a knife, and I'm like, whoa. And I like a few Suicide Boys songs, but like they get too edgy for me to be like, oh yeah, Suicide Boys.
I've never really, I haven't really thought about listening to their stuff because I was like I've heard like because Blanks and Sean has posted some of their stuff, and I'm like,
it's just some of it's pretty good because it's got good beats and the lyrics aren't always like trying to be edgier than the last song. Also, like I like MGK, and that's just because he's a douche. And I like Puya. I don't know if I said his name right.
Yeah, I think it's.
He hangs out with Ghostman, and he sounds pretty cool. And I like Shakewell. So.
Yeah, Puya. I like a lot of people hate like mumble rappers, quote unquote, or whatever. But I feel like if you have like a unique voice, or if you, like for example, I like the Baby a lot because his voice.
Gross. I respect you, but gross.
Well, I'm saying before it started being a thing where you like the song sounded the same.
It was it was like every girl that I knew in high school during my senior year was just like, the Baby, and I was like, shut up. Gonna have to bleep that one out.
Yeah, well, and other people that have like DMX.
Yeah, dude, DMX is cool though.
Yeah.
And like,
I'm just saying, like,
NWA, whoa, sick.
NWA's, yeah.
He's from the underground.
I remember it was, dude. Speaking, it was funny because like
I
was at my grandma's house, and like he was like, "Hey, you want to watch this this movie? It's called Straight from Compton." I'm like, sure. I mean,
sure.
And like context, my grandpa's like 70-something years old,
so he doesn't really know.
And he wasn't like, you know, he wasn't really paying attention to like, you know, rap and like, you know the whole.
Yeah, he doesn't know about any of this. Yeah. You don't know about the Ice-T gang.
Yeah. Even though he does listen, he really likes, his favorite artists are Bruno Mars. I know it's weird. He like Bruno Mars.
You like Bruno Mars, but you don't.
I feel like Bruno Mars. He's got like the.
He's Michael Jackson wannabe. That's who Bruno Mars is.
It's kind of like that, yeah. I feel like that's the appeal, like for older people for Bruno Mars. I feel like that's.
Yeah, they're just feeling like they're listening to MJ again.
Yeah.
Which I got one of his vinyls. I saw it at Walmart. It was like one of the original ones.
Oh wow.
Dude, it was the Thriller album. Oh, that was such a good find. $22.
Wow.
Got it for my dad on Father's Day. I like vinyls. I got a few.
Yeah. I know you and Sean have posted a lot about vinyls. Yeah,
I've posted a couple times.
He's got a couple vinyls of like people now. Like,
Yeah, he's got like a Tyler the Creator. Like he got CDs is what it is. I got vinyls.
Okay. I thought he had.
Because he has a CD player, and I got a record player.
Oh, okay.
And I love record players, dude. They're so sick. They're like there's something about just putting the disc on, and you watch it, and then it comes out the speakers, and you're just like, oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's interesting. Looking back on old technology and
How can they do that and then like not have a cure for cancer? Like how could they make sound waves off of scratches on a piece of plastic and not just be like, all right, nuclear fission?
Are you sure they don't have a cure for it?
Actually, they probably do. It's probably in a freezer. I bet only the 1% get it.
Oh boy. But yeah. What were we talking about?
I don't know. We should be wrapping up because we're running out of stuff.
Yeah.
And then we can just hang out for like a minute.
Yeah, it's 4:40.
That was like 2.5, man.
Probably go. Well, I mean, you got one fan question.
I got one from Sean. Yes. I sent in like 4 or 5. Did he get any other ones?
I got one, but it was somebody trying to promote their stuff.
Like, hold up. So like for the blanks one, I was the only one that sent in questions?
No. Well, okay, yeah, there were.
Yeah?
Like, get them out of here was like the only ones, but then a few other people did, yeah.
Sick. No one cares about me. It's all good.
Yeah, like 2 people said something whack. Anyways. So, I'll read Sean's.
Yeah, let's just read Sean's question.
All
right, Shawnee boy.
We're going to fan questions, y'all.
All right, Shawnee boy. Hit me with that question.
What inspired the EP? We kind of talked about this, but I guess...
Nightmares. Me wanting to put out a record. Yeah, that's it.
Oh
man.
Yeah.
Just that one singular question from Sean.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
That's it.
All right then. You heard that? If you doubt it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you again, man, for coming on.
Stream the demo. It's out everywhere.
Yep. Stream the demo. Follow this man on Instagram.
Yeah, it's out literally everywhere.
Yeah, it's out on Spotify, SoundCloud, probably any other.
We use DistroKid,
Right,
which puts it
DistroKid.
literally on. DistroKid literally puts it on every conceivable platform.
Yeah, so follow this man. Watch out for his album that probably will be coming in the months.
Probably sometime 2021.
Yep, 2021.
Or maybe late 2020.
Yep, we'll see y'all.
Whenever I write all the shit.
All right. It's your host, FlexBoy. You can follow me on socials.
All right,
to the YouTube
subscribe
channel.
if you want to see FlexBoy release his hood. Subscribe.
All right. Yeah, y'all.
Hit that. If we can get 1,000 likes. No, if we can get 7 likes, he has to take off his hood.
No, I am not taking off the
What have you done?
All right.
Why are you afraid?
All right. Also, surprise. I almost forgot about this, but since my man's been on here, I'm going to do a dance to one of his songs. I'm going to post on TikTok.
Oh, my
on
God.
Socials.
No way.
All right, also.
Boy.
So keep that on the lookout. I'm also going to do a dance for Sean and Blanks. So.
Dude, you should dance to 50.
I was either going to do that or Fashion Week. So.
Ooh, dude, Fashion Week.
Yeah.
I actually do a couple guest features on this stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So one of them says featuring Doubt It, and one of them...
Oh, yeah, you told me. Yeah.
Yeah, one of them doesn't say that I featured on it, but I did.
Yeah. Anyways, it's your boy FlexBoy. Peace out. Remember, stay on flexing.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I will see you on the next episode.
Flex.
All right.
Yo, you know what you should keep in? This awkward part where you have to walk over there to the computer.